Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all having a good weekend. Another random live from Baz. Hopefully, we're not going to have any issues. One person's just dived in now, so it'll be interesting to see who that is. Give us a comment. So, Sunday evening. How's everyone's weekend been? This is the end of pretty much 2 weeks off for me. I had all this week off and only done 2 days work last week. Had a job, put some work back last week. So it's the end of 2 weeks. So I'm back to it tomorrow. Despite being off, like I said, I've still done 2 weeks work, still done the old painting and decorating show. And I've been to look at next week's work. Went to go and see the chap on Friday just to confirm everything. And I went over to Buckley, just outside Chester, to go and look at a job, price a job, and sort that out. So that's been my week. What's everyone else's week been like? And are you all looking forward to going back to work? I don't know. But I've got a beer here. I'm going to crack open. It's not a review. I've already reviewed it, but I'm going to crack one open, and we'll have a couple of hours of just some idle chit chat, really. My wife's gone to bingo with all her mates, so I thought, she popped out about 10 to 6. So I thought, I'm going to go live today. Sod it. We did have 3. One's dropped out already. He's got bored. So I'm going to start off this stream with Camden Arch 55 series. Their Italian Pilsner, 5.1%. It was very kindly sent to me. If you haven't seen the review, it is up on the channel. So go and have a look. It's nice and chilled, and we shall get this cracked. Hopefully we're going to have some people come in. I've done lots of talking. 2 people are probably just listening, going, cool. No one popping in on this one. So hopefully they'll stay there. Hopefully you'll stay there. Say hello. Say hello. If nothing else, just say hello. I feel like I'm sitting here talking to a laptop on me Todd, which I probably am, to be honest. Well, I am, and I because Todd's talking back. But here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I've just seen a comment. Short and stout. How are you, pal? I have subbed. I haven't got around to watching anything. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Tar. I don't know how long you've been in. Like I said, my missus gone to bingo. So she was going to. I knew she was going to bingo earlier, so I thought I'll set this up and do a little bit of a live and try and get some chats going or something, and a bit of just a chilled Sunday live, really. So Monday morning here, unfortunately, it is, pal. It is. I haven't had to worry for the last 2 weeks, to be honest. It's been quite nice. So the first week I was off, or I had work cancelled, if you like. I was working that side in the other bedroom. So I was decorating that for a couple of days, then went and done a couple of days work. Then the Friday I was doing other little bits as well. Then on the Monday I was doing odds and sods, then went to the trade show for a couple of days. And then I haven't really done anything. I've done little bits the second week, really, on the Friday, but on the Thursday. But the second week on the Friday, clean the fish tank, a little bit of just tidying up stuff. But I haven't done no work. I can't be asked. It's got to the point where I've had 2 weeks off and I don't feel like I've had a break, to be honest. So I can't be bothered. So we are back on the laptop where I know how to get comments up like that. So short and stout, back to work. Yes, it certainly is. That's how it is. But yeah. Are you drinking, Mr. Short and Stout? In the nicest possible way, I say that. I'm not saying you're short and stout. You may well be, but I don't know. But are you drinking? It's just some R&R. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. I was hoping to get away with the missus, but certain things were going on and we couldn't really arrange anything as such to have a proper holiday. Hence the reason me taking sort of like this current week off, or the week that's just passed. That was the reason, really, for that. But it's nice to have some time. Nice to have some time where I can actually do some work at home. I'm in need of, yeah. Hey, we all need a bit of rest, mate. We all need a bit of rest. Here he is, Sofa King drunk. Sofa King, how are you, Danny, pal? Hope you're well, mate. How you doing, pal? Is one slurping? I don't suppose you are you? Are you up early tomorrow? Anyone watching, if you haven't subbed to Sofa King, Danny at Sofa King, go and give him a sub. 10, 11 years this lad been doing this thing for now, so he's certainly got some longevity about him. We'll give him that. And short and stout is Sammy. How are you, pal? What most call me anyway. All right then, Sammy or Sam? What would you rather me call you? I'll go with Sam. If you're happy with Sam, I'll go with Sam, if that's all right with you. But yeah, that's it. Caught up on the comments. It wouldn't surprise me if we had a few more jumping in afterwards. I hope anyway. And hopefully we're not going to have a disaster like when was it? Saturday? Was it Friday or Saturday? Friday. We're not going to have a disaster like Friday. Obviously, I haven't got on my phone. I haven't got on my phone, started it, and then decided to change it. And hopefully, we're not going to have any issues with the laptop. I don't know what happened there, whether it was just a connection issue or something. But I lost all the picture when I was going to keep going for another half hour. That was maybe something to do with YouTube, because I went live on YouTube rather than StreamYard. Or it was maybe me connection. I don't know. But I've connected to the bloody Wi-Fi thing upstairs this time, so hopefully everything's bang on. It's got a perfectly good reception, so it won't be from reception or anything. It will be if there's any internet issues. So I'm good. No work tomorrow. I'm in rehab since Cool Game rehab. What? No work, and you're not having a drink? My God, I can't believe it, mate. I can't believe it. He's a top man, though. Top man. And that's what I like to hear. Good to hear that you're good, mate. Sammy or Sam, I might review a beer this morning, but obviously can't tuck into a few since I'm back to work. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I don't envy you. I've done nights or I've done lates and that. Well, if it's tonight, you'll be doing nights, won't you? It's yeah, not for me. I've done that for a while, and the problem was, it was great because I went from one extreme to the other. So I was doing earlies at one point, and then literally went from starting at 6, finishing at 2, to then starting at like 10 at night, finishing at 6, which was great to start off with, because I'd get home and I'd be knackered from work, and I'd just go straight to bed. And it got to the point where I actually ended up, I'd get home and I'd have a cup of tea first. Then I'd maybe, got to the point I was having a cup of tea and a sandwich. And before I knew it, I was sitting on the bloody computer and everything and not going to bed till about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And it just kills you, doesn't it? So I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. That's all I can say. Oh, nice barley wine. Whose was that, pal? Let me know whose that was. Can't beat a barley wine, but they're definitely a one drink, aren't they? As nice as they are, you don't want to be having too many. David Wilson's in. Are you, Dave? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Are you supping, pal? I'm only going to have a couple. I had 2 this afternoon, a couple of just like 4% things. I'll probably have me 3 cans and that'll be it for tonight, because I want to keep a good head as well. Sorry. So I'm all right for work. So yeah, Sam or Sammy, mate, either is fine. Right, we'll go with Sam then, pal. We'll go with Sam. And look at that. Baz has caught up on all the comments. We got 5 in watching, a massive 5. So yeah. Right, David Wilson will get his comment up. He hasn't started yet, but thinking about going to pub for a few later. Oh, good man. Good man. Don't have too many, Dave, especially if you've got to be up in the morning. I've got past that stage of having too many, or generally. It's very rare. It happens that I have too many on a work night now. I used to be a bugger. Drink too much, to be honest. Drink too much on a school night, if you like, and I could never be asked to get up. And I've got to the age where I just say, oh, bollocks to it, I can't be asked to get up. It's not like I feel I need to force myself, which isn't good. So I try not to do that sort of thing now. I do try not to do that sort of thing. It was by a Brisbane brewery called Bacchus. Gingerbread pie. Okay. Interesting. I've never heard of them. I know you get the bloody Belgium stuff, isn't it? The Bacchus thing, but obviously that's not that. But yeah, sounds interested. You tried the OSH on Perfect Draft, Baz? The old Speckled N. The old Speckled N. Not yet, pal. Not yet. Not yet. But I won't go into too much. But there are a few things coming to the channel, which I'll get onto soon. I'll catch up with some of the comments. And then I'll tell you about some stuff. I've done a review last night, which is going up tomorrow. And I mentioned the stuff that I'm going to tell you in a minute on that, but I might as well tell you now. So I'll do that in a minute. And if you see it tomorrow. Here he is. Rate my beer. Rate my beer. I know. I've got no friends, Paul. I've got to come on here now. It's got to the point where I have to start doing lots of lives all the time. Just to get people to watch me. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. And if anyone doesn't know, apparently Paul is challenging me to the Pepper X. I want to try and get him to get the tikka masala. He can't get hold of it, but we're going to have see who can eat the macaroni cheese chili thing the quickest out two of us. We're going to do that on a live, apparently. He says it's a challenge, but if I'm totally honest, unless he can finish that meal anyway, is it really a challenge? Because I can finish it. So he ain't going to eat it any quicker than me, is he, if he can't finish it? Get the fishing rod out, Baz. Get the fishing rod out. Reel him in. Danny Boom and Sammy. That's Paul saying hello to everyone else. I think the releases have been piss poor myself. To be honest, they are getting... It's going very much to just standard British beers. I've got a cat bloody meowing again now. So I might have to disappear any second now when the cat starts doing me head in. Yeah, they have been, mate. Like I said, we'll get onto that in a bit. And Short and Stout is saying hi to Paul. Good man, bad as me. Yeah, I'm as bad as you, Paul. Wow, fighting talk. No fighting talk, Paul. There's no fighting talk. You challenged me, remember? You challenged me. I think you just like picking on me. Perfect Draft is supermarket sweep. Yeah, it's certainly getting that way. It really is. From what I've seen, Paul's chili tolerance is rubbish. But I don't think his chili tolerance is up there with mine. That said, it's still very hot. So yeah, I think in all fairness, he's done a cracking job to get 3/4 of the way through that. There's been many that managed about 2 mouthfuls. So he's done a good effort at that, to be fair. The pepper burn on the X is fucking awful. Yes, trust me, mate. I'll tell you. I knew about it the following morning. Not so much with the tikka masala, but I did with the chili con carne. So bear with me for a second. Just going to let the cat out, so I will be back. Good. Cool. Getting warm now as well. Take my jumper off. Heating's on in the house, and I'm quite warm. Anyway, so I've got to this point, right? So on the video that is being released tomorrow, which is actually a festive cider, or supposedly festive cider, I said what will be coming up to the channel. I can't remember if I did. Did I mention? I think I might have mentioned these food things that I might be doing with Paul, or supposed to be doing with Paul. No, I didn't actually. Tell a lie. I didn't actually, no. But what I did say is I've got some pinter brews on the way. I ordered 4 presses. So over the next few months, Baz will be having a go on the pinter. I'm doing some pinter brews. I've also got a delivery coming from Perfect Draft. And there will be some reviews coming in that. And not repeat reviews. They're going to be reviews I haven't done. So any of the kegs that I haven't done, I've tried to order So I'll leave that up to you, which kegs you think I've picked up or which I haven't. I'm not going to mention nothing because I will be doing a beer unboxing. I'm going to do an unboxing for the Pinter, and I'm going to do an unboxing for the Perfect Draft. And also, my wife has got me an advent calendar, a beer advent calendar. So all through December, I will be doing a beer every day out of that box. I don't know what's in that box. I don't want to know what's in that box. I'm going to try and leave it. At the moment, the beer's stored outside. So hopefully nothing's going to freeze. And also, I don't know what's in the box. So I don't want to leave it in the house or suddenly get a can out if it's going to be really cold and it may be a dark one or something. So the plan is obviously from the 1st to the 24th, I'll be doing this advent calendar. But the plan is I'll maybe do a little short video, just even if it's just a YouTube short, first thing in the morning, open up the day of the calendar. So when it comes to the 1st, I'll open up the thing. We'll take that beer out. I'll tell you what's coming up later. And then if it needs to be chilled, great. If it's one that needs to be out for a bit, I can leave it out. So yeah, them sort of things will be coming up. Hopefully I'll be doing a few more lives with some other people as well. So yeah, there's a few things that will be coming up to the channel. I wanted to get some Pinter brews because I haven't done any for a long time, and I just fancy doing something different, to be honest. So I'm going to have some PD kegs, I'm going to have some Pinter, and I'm going to have some beers throughout December. I want to try them, but not available here. What's that? The Pinter thing or the Pepper X thing? The Pepper X thing, is it, mate? They're hot. They are hot. Trust me, they are hot. It was evil, Sammy. I'll beat him. Trust me. It's personal. Here he goes. This is a man that couldn't beat an egg. Couldn't beat an egg. Also, cheers, Dave and Sofa Kings. Everyone here is saying hello to each other. Dave saying hi, Sam. Hi, David. Didn't see you from Paul. Hi, Paul. Hope you and Michelle are well. David Wilson, Baz, are you doing the Punk IPA? I will do. Whether it will be on this order or whether I'll order it again another time. But yeah, it does intrigue me to do that, to get hold of it, and the Hazy Jane. So yeah, if it's not on this order, it may well be on the next one because, to be honest, probably two beers that I've always liked from Brewdog, to be honest. Not so much now the Punk's dropped. Not so keen on that. Hazy Jane is still one I will pick up if I'm out in Spoons, because it's only about, it's not expensive, is it? 660ml bottle, 5%. It's only about £3.50, I think, if that. So yeah, I mean, they're beers that I've liked in the past, so I will be intrigued to give them a go. Like I said, I don't know when, whether it'll be on this order or not, I don't know, but I'm not going to give too much away because I don't want to make it boring for when I do an unboxing. If I tell you no, well, you go, oh. And if I tell you yes, you go, oh, it won't matter. So Paul is saying, all good, thanks, David, mate. Pepper X has horrific exit wound, Drake my beer, Picasso. I know, mate, I know. I ate the whole chili con carne and I ate the whole tikka masala. And like I say, tikka masala, not too bad. The following day on the other end, but certainly the chili con carne did have a bit of burn to it. Right. Might have to give AAs a call in January. Quite possibly. Is that with is that because of the drinking or because of the Pepper X? Probably both, to be honest. It will be, yeah, and that's why I'm interested to get hold of it, to be honest. You know, I think Brewdog is everyone's sort of enemy, but it will certainly be interesting to get it and have a go on the Pinter with it. How good is it going to be? I don't know. Is it really going to resemble it? I don't know. It should be spot on. I've looked at, I mean, what's it come in at? I think the press comes in at 25 quid with the Hazy Jane. They're both 24.99 each. Suppose you get 10 pints. I'm going to say you probably get near a 9, even 8.5 possibly. I don't know. But it should be 10 pints, to be honest. But I swear I never get 10 pints out of it. But yeah, 24.99. And it says approximate ABV once brewed is the Punk IPA up to 5.8%, and Hazy Jane is up to 6%. So that is why I'm interested, because I'm hoping I'll be getting somewhere near that when I eventually get it. Danny, I'll get Picasso, trust me. Shut up, you tart. I don't know. Tottenham beat City, and they all of a sudden their fans think they can take on the world. Cheers all. I'll do PA Brews News, beer channel. Hope you're well, pal. And David is saying hi to PA. Geezer, I've got a white fiver on Picasso. Trust me, mate, if we do this hot challenge, there's going to be none of this teaspoon shit. Trust me, I'll be getting a massive dessert spoon like that. 2 mouthfuls, it'll be gone. I'll be in bloody agony, but it'll be gone. Cheers again, Paul, brother. Yo, David. Cheers, Danny. There's a lot of people saying hello. Cheers, Sammy. Brewdog have sold out. Even their stouts aren't as good anymore. No, that's exactly how it is. Exactly how it is. And I try to avoid Brewdog. But like I say, this pinter thing, I've got to give it a go at some point, because it does seem really interesting. So it'll be good to see how it comes out. I'm not on the pinter groups, but you see, well, I don't know. Am I on the pinter groups? I don't know. You do see some people putting things up, but I never take any notice. I never read it or nothing, to be honest. So anyone watching, what's Basil on? There we go. Baz is on Camden's Italian Pilsner, 5.1%. It's definitely got that typical sort of, it's got that, it's an unfiltered lager. It's an unfiltered lager. Maybe the Seldom, even maybe something like the Messina. But yeah, it's pretty decent, to be fair. Pretty decent. Hey, Paul, oh, Dark One, how are you, mate? There we go. That's everyone saying hello to each other. So I'm going to chuck something out now on this live that JB from Northern Southerner chucked out. He put a post up, wanted people to vote, and then he put a video up about it. What makes a beer tube legend? Now, legend, I would use the term loosely, because I don't think anyone wants to be known as a legend, do they? Because we're not. We're just people. We're just people that do beer reviews. But what makes a beer reviewer good at what he does, or a legend, if you want to call him that? I did comment. I did watch the video and that. And it's quite interesting. I don't know if anyone saw it. He put 4 options up. One was the amount of views and subs. Does that make you a beer tube legend? 2 was how long you've been doing it. 3 was humor and enjoyment. And 4 was the knowledge of beer and brewery, really. So I'll be interested to know what people think on that. Arsenal piss water, Camden. Actually, mate, I tell you, this Arch 55 ain't too bad. I think even you'd be surprised, actually. Although we know certain Tottenham fan out there won't be very happy with it. Some of the brews from Brewdog Outposts have been good. Manchester in particular. Yeah, that's the thing with some of these breweries. They can brew beer, can't they? They just choose not to because they're going for the big profits. And as Danny said, sell their soul, don't they? They sell their soul because they're just after big profits. And that's great. But then you start losing that craft side of the beer or the brewery, in my opinion. So, Sofa King, leg end. Sofa King, you're a legend, mate. You're one of the beer tube legends, you are, along with JB for me and Dino. Short and stout, friendly character, good banter, supports others, and reviews a vast array of beers. Yeah. I think I said what I actually said on John's video. I think 3 of them are important to being good or entertaining or someone that deserves to do well. I think you've got to have knowledge of breweries and what you're drinking. Now, I think you get that knowledge. I think you learn a lot on the way. So if you've been doing this for a few years and you've tried lots and lots of different beers, I think that is a big part of being a good reviewer. So I do think you need to be doing it for a while, but I think you've got to have a vast array of experience with different beers, good and bad, unfortunately. I mean, we all want good ones, don't we? Especially if you're paying £6 a can, you want them to be good. So I think you've got to have that knowledge. I think a lot of that knowledge comes from the time you've been reviewing, but also, you need to be entertaining. I don't think you want to be waffling on too much, which is what I do quite regular, but I do try not to. And I think you've got to have some humor. I also think, I don't know if it makes you a legend, because not everyone has the time. I get that. But I think if you communicate with your viewers, so reply to comments and that, I think that's a big part. I think it adds to doing a good job, to be honest. So yeah. And short and stout knowledge too. Yeah, what Sam said. I like that Italian Pilsner on draft. Yeah, it's good, to be fair. I've got to be surprised. It was the one I was sort of, if I looked at them all and I thought the Hells and the Hazy IPA were the ones that really sort of, I thought, right, okay. The Italian Pilsner did worry me a little bit because I was thinking not really keen on that Italian style lager. But to be fair, this one does deliver. You know, it is that cut above sort of some of these Italian lagers. You know what I mean? Like I say, Paul's had Messina on the blade, so I think he'll understand where I'm coming from with how it sort of feels like that. And the zing. When I read the can, I was thinking, even on the review, I was thinking it's going to be something like a Mexican style lager, which again is something like that I'm not really big on. Very much a sort of craft lager, and it was like that, but it still had that sort of feel of sort of like a Mexican kind of thing going on there. So for me, the zing was the worst one. I put the Hells, in third. I think the Italian second, and the Hazy IPA. The Hazy IPA was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, that one. So we'll whack on with some more comments. We got 13 in. I don't want to say it like I did the other day, but feel free if you want to like the stream. I know everyone says that, don't they? I was doing it the other day. It's quite embarrassing doing it, to be honest. I know it sort of helps, doesn't it? But yeah, it's hitting all that like button and shit is a bit sad. Anyway, yes, Sam, I also agree. And also somebody I'd have a pint or few with as well. Yeah, I'd like to think you've got to come across, like you say, friendly, sociable, this, that, and the other. I'm the most unsociable person going really half the time, but I think it just depends on who I'm talking to or who I'm with. But yeah, I think you've got to be confident when you do this as well. I think if you come onto YouTube, and yes, when you first start, it's all new, you're all sort of nervous, it's all a bit thingy. I think you do settle into it, but I think you've got to settle in. I think you've got to look quite confident on the camera. When you talk about things in beers, don't get me wrong, beers can change as you're drinking them. You pick different things up. We all pick different things up. But I think you've got to be convincing in what you say about the beer as well. I think people out there watching you, they're either watching you for just entertainment, or they are watching you to actually hear your thoughts on a beer. And I think you've got to be quite convincing with what you say about a beer. And I think that helps as well. Right. I think one real legend, Real Ale Craft, has still got his drive all them years on. Danny knows his stuff, but Baz had no idea. Yeah, you know me, mate. The clue is in the name. The clue is in the name. Yeah, fair dues, Real Ale Craft beer. I mean, he knows his stuff. To do it for that long, along with Danny as well, to do it for 10 years is... It's a long time. It's a long time. It's an awful lot of beers. But what I would say with Real Ale Craft beer is that he is going out to make a living off it. So he can't afford not to have that drive. You've got to have that drive if you're looking at making a living out of it. If you like, you know, like to Danny, me, JB, I can't rate my beer in there because he's trying to make a living out of it. But but yeah, if you're trying to make a living out of it, you've got to go all in and you've got to push it and you've got to have that drive. But if you're doing it for a bit of fun and a little bit of extra cash to buy some more beers, great. I think, you know, it's a lot harder in that sense. Short and stout, my channel is only new, but I feel my knowledge is pretty decent as I've been passionate about craft beer since so you probably, if you've been drinking craft beer since 2012, you've got 12 years experience. But like I say, I think the channel doesn't necessarily have to be going for ages, but you have got to be drinking lots of beers and have that experience of drinking lots of beers over time, because I think you can say things on videos and you can look back on them and go, hang on, was I really right about that when you've had something else? So I think the more beers you drink, the more different beers you drink, the more comparisons you have to compare a beer. It gives you a bit more knowledge to maybe say, well, that's not quite so good. That's a really good one. That's rubbish. And that's why sometimes it's hard, really, doing some reviews, because things have changed so much in the beer world that once you start having better beers, the worst ones really start tailing off and feel awful. Simo's in the house. How are you, Simo, pal? Hope you're well, on. You had some viewers last night, didn't you? You had something like 120 odd people watching your stream last night. Where'd you get them from? Evening 5 in a row sups. What does that mean? Yeah, we all know what that means. I'm not going to rub that in. If it's any consolation, Simo, Sheffield United dropped 2 points yesterday. We still went top. We're now not top, being as Leeds beat Swansea 4-3. But yeah, don't worry, Simo. You've got a long way to go to get into our situation. Sophie Kings, Simo subs. I thought you'd still be hiding since yesterday's results. Simo, he's got a big back. He's a strong lad. He'll get over that one. I better give up with my channel. You're making too much money, you are, Paul. I think you're sponsored by Wizz Air. David saying, hi, Simo. Simo's been chilling and watching telly, probably getting over that stonking hangover he had yesterday morning or yesterday afternoon, depending on what time he got up. Fucking hell, do some talking here. Doing some talking. A lot of talking. I was hanging out my arse this morning. Yeah, good lad. I saw North End got your old gaffer. They're struggling at the minute. Yeah, to be fair, they've got a decent manager there. I suppose it's like anyone, though. You know, you've got to build that team, haven't you? You got to build that team. Sometimes managers work in clubs and sometimes they don't. I think we're lucky how we're going, really. I mean, we've got some good players. But you'd never... I thought at the start of the season, if we keep most of them, I still fancied our chances of going back up. I thought top 6 minimum. But then we've had so many different players come in as well that I'm amazed with how... I'm amazed with how well they've done, because they're looking solid. They're looking solid. I think if we do go up, it'll be a different kettle of fish again next year. I think we'll end up getting stuffed every week again, to be honest, because I do see in some of the games we got a lot of attacking presence. We look really good going forward at times, but there's odd times we look slightly dodgy at the back. And if we're looking slightly dodgy at the back in the Championship, we're going to look horrendous in the Premier League. To everybody on Baz Alive, if you were one beer for life, what would it be? If you were what do you mean, mate? If you personally were going to be a beer, what would you be? Or do you mean what beer would you drink for the rest of your life? Frankie on draft for me, Danny. Yeah, well, I'd rate my beer. It'd be a Weizen, whatever. Yeah, Sofa King would be Guinness. Mr. Wilson, looking forward to a few scoops with you next weekend, mate. Hey, Ed, take it easy on him, David. Take it easy on him. I'll tell you what, you can sink some beer. If it had to be one beer, probably Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Jason's in. How are you, pal? Francis Scanner. The Royal or the standard one? Disappear. Hey, there we go. The internet must have disappeared or gone down for a minute. I have no idea what that is. It done that to me yesterday. Bastard. No idea. But I've got a little internet thing up on the screen here. Yeah, and that's good, isn't it? Yeah. It was saying no signal. Bastard. Anyway, so Danny's going to be a Guinness. We've got a couple of Weizens. We've got Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Simo Subsid Hertog Yang, possibly. Hey, Simo, we'll be looking out for some impies to try. Stay off the double IPAs. They're not good for you. I'm off to get me Monday morning started, boys. Good stuff, Baz. No doubt you'll be seeing more of me on here. Cheers, Short and Stout, or Sam even. Thanks for coming on. Enjoy your night at work, but enjoy your beer first thing in the morning even more. And I will see you again at some point. Thanks for watching. It'd be a big West Coast IPA. I've got to admit that style is growing on me. David saying, cheers, Sam. Normal not had the Royal. Jason, I would be surprised if you did not like the Royal, because the Royal is absolutely outstanding. And Paul saying, see you, Sammy. Baz not paid the Lecky bill. Cheers. Hey, I'm back. I am back. It's the internet connection, mate. It goes down. It's terrible internet here, to be honest. So, yeah. God knows why. Weather as well, where we are. I think that's causing a few problems. Grand Cruet. Get 50p in the meter, pal. I can't afford it, pal. I was hoping you're going to go fund Baz for the electric bill. Go fund Baz. And Danny has said, cheers, Sam. If I was going to be a beer, it would have to be a double IPA. Which one? I don't know. Something bloody decent, though. Something bloody decent. But yeah, I'd probably be a dipper. Where can you get the Royal from? Don't have a beer machine. That question may well be one for Rate My Beer. He's on all these bloody websites and that. And I think he's had Frankie Royal bottles before, so he'll probably be able to point you in the right direction there. Unfortunately, I don't think I can help you. He's down to his last 30 million, Baz. Pop this PG, say, yeah, I know. Every person that says they're broke and skint and have got no money are always lying. Always lying. I'm as rich as hell. Rich with love, not rich with money. I'm rich with love. Right. Dial-up internet. Welsh border. Honestly, mate, it's a nightmare here. We're a long way away from sort of like that. They always say if you're somewhere near one of the green boxes, your internet's decent, isn't it? But I think we're nowhere near. Or if you're miles away from the main box of the internet. But yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. But never had that problem before, certainly on my phone or downstairs or anything. So I've only had it a couple of times here, really. So I don't know what that is. Like I say, weather maybe as well. Marcus stopped selling, unfortunately, in bottles. For now, anyway. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Jason. Paul can't help you. And we've got the Urban Viking Ale Review chap in. Go and check him out if you haven't checked him out. How are you, Dave? Hope you're keeping well, pal. I have emailed you, by the way. So, yeah, look for Furball Baz in your emails. Might be in the spam or something, but I did send you an email. So have a look and give us a reply, please, if that's all right. So, 15 in. 15 in, 40 minutes in. We've had the internet do some of its stuff, like fucking up or whatever. The electric go out, whatever you want to call it. What it is, I got my missus outside on a push bike. She's pedaling like really mad to keep the internet going. That's what it is. And we've got Square Table Degenerates. Cheers to everyone. How are you, pal? Thanks for joining us. Joining this wild Sunday party. It's a nice casual Sunday. Simo's had a lot of beer this weekend. so Simo can't be having too many tonight. He'll be taking it easy this week, I think. From what I'm guessing. He said, all right, Joey, Jason, damn it. I'll have a look now, mate. Hope you're well and having a good evening. Yes, mate. Yes, good, mate. Yeah. Nice chilled. Missus gone to bingo, so I thought I'm going to whack a live stream out and just sit up here and scratch me nuts, if you like, and talk to you guys. Don't worry, I ain't scratching me nuts, but I'm talking to you live, nothing else. STD saying hello to Josh. Dave saying hello, Joey. And STD saying hello, Dave. And we got, are you going to watch the darts, Baz? The one in Minehead, or you're on about the world champs? I've had a little bit of a look at the one in Minehead. I haven't watched a lot of darts lately. It's got to be said. I haven't even chucked a dart for God knows how long. Last time I chucked a dart was June, I think, in a final. I hadn't chucked one. Then for about 2 months. Nightmare. Not watching darts today. To be honest, I've sort of, I wouldn't say I haven't gone off darts, but I just don't religiously watch it like I used to. And I think, to be honest, like I said, my missus going out to bingo. I've done that random live on Friday, which I quite enjoyed just jumping on. And I just thought a couple of hours, I think I'll sit here and do that. But to be honest, I can probably stay on till 8 o'clock and go and watch the darts after or something. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. But yeah, so I might do. Probably I'd definitely watch the Worlds. Sofa King, all right, Viking, you drinking one of them Frosty Jacks tonight? Yeah. Yeah, it's on ITV4. So that, mate, felt like I'd had another stroke. Oh, dear. Have you reviewed that? Now? Because you said you picked some up and you're going to review it. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at a lot of the other channels today, to be honest. It's just been, I don't know, it's just been one of them bloody days. I literally watch reviews when I want to. Sometimes used to be a bit more religious about it, but I tend to be doing it as and when I feel like it then, and I might not watch nothing for a few days, and I might go and watch bloody 30 videos and just scroll through all the bloody channels that I'm sub to. It's one of them. UBU Pale Ale Bazzer. I think I have. That is, oh shit, what's their bloody name? They done Mad Goose as well, didn't they? Oh, what are they called? What are they bloody called? I think I have, yeah. I can't think of the brewery offhand. I really it's doing my head in now. But somebody would tell me. Right, Minehead tonight. Yes, Minehead. Definitely taking it easy this week, Simo says. Some of the lads I'm meeting next week are animals. Make me look like an amateur. Well, I'm bloody glad I'm not going, mate. You made me look like an amateur. UK Championships. Yeah, Players Championship. That's Stephen White there coming in with that. There you go, Simo. I reviewed the Frosty Jacks years ago. I'm certain I've done it as well, haven't I? I'm certain I have. I think the Viking said about me doing it that he's got it. So yeah, I think he commented on the video actually. Frosty Jack. Yeah, I think it was a bit rough and ready to say the least. Yeah, reviewed it yesterday as well stuff. I will get on and have a look. I've got a couple of channels, Short and Stout, to go and have a look at, Urban Viking. Then I've got some others to catch up on as well. I don't know about anyone else, but my life seems like, definitely as you get older, 8 hours seems like an hour. You'll wake up in the morning, before you know it, it's this time of night, and you haven't done nothing. You think, what the hell have I done? I haven't done nothing. I've got all this to do. Must be old age. It must be an old age thing. Simo, best advice, go at your own pace. Luke and Liam approach. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, me and Simo, I mean, I was the worst one out of the lot, going on double IPAs at the end. But to be fair, me, Simo, and Rob were drinking halves all day, weren't we? Me and Simo had 5 beforehand, before we met up with Rob, 5 pints. But yeah, we ended up just going on halves. Take it easy, which was probably a very good idea. Probably a very good idea. Danny loves a Frosty Jacks. I did it, I'm sure. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'll bet Danny does. Danny will love a Frosty Jack. Right, where are we? Prefer diamond white? Oh, blimey. You're really dragging the dregs up now, aren't you? David Wilson saying, hi, Raggy. Oh, sorry, Raggy, I missed you there. How are you, Raggy? Hope you're well, mate. Good evening, Baz, and all in the chat. Hope you're all well. Good man. Hope you're keeping well, pal. Look after yourself, innit? Less beer, more red wine now, isn't it? Oh, dear, bless him. He's a good lad, Raggy. Urban Viking, evening, Rags. You have to freeze the balls off it to make it drinkable. That's bad when you've got to do that to a drink, isn't it? I was going to say a beer, but it's not really a beer, is it, as such? I'll have to do halves or thirds, like to try different stuff. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think when I went out, I don't know if, well, I think everyone had something different. But I was religiously, if we had more than one somewhere, I was always going for something different. Purity, that's it, yeah. I like to try as many different beers as possible. Purity, Bruco, that's the one. I couldn't think of their name. I'm certain that's up. I'm certain I've got that up, but I've done it quite a while ago, so you'd actually have to go on my channel and search it. Sofa King can't beat a Frosty Jack and an IPA glass. Where's that come from? Paul Greenwood, evening all. How are you, Paul? Hope you're well, pal. And David saying hi to Paul. Danny, if I tried freezing it cold, I tried it freezing cold, it didn't help. Cleared the drains with the other cans. Oh dear. Raggy, how are you, sir? I got a feeling Raggy's disappeared, or he's just staying quiet in the background. But he might have seen that, Sofa King. Rate My Beer is saying hello to Paul Greenwood. Another 5 in a row, did I not tell you? And he's getting a few little digs in there. And Paul has said, evening, David. And pretty much telling that other Paul to go away, I think. I think he's ignoring that other Paul. So, yeah, I'm going to just take a second. I'm going to take these comments off. Let me remember where I am. So I'm there. So I'm just going to take a second, have a breather. And then go for a few more comments, and then I'll probably go and get myself another beer while we're here. So what we're going to do then? Yes, we got to that one, didn't we? We got to that one. I knew I'd have to face PG's. Yeah, City gifted. Yeah, you can't do it though. Fair dues. I mean, it's amazing. City are still in second, aren't they? But Liverpool won today, so I think that puts them 8 points clear. But it's amazing because the other teams haven't done bad, have they? So Liverpool seem to be getting a nice little gap at the moment. Evening, Raggy, Urban Viking. And evening, mate. So everyone has said hello to each other and being all very sociable. And that's it. That's it. That's it. Is there any reviews anyone would like to see me do? Is there anything in particular? Don't know when they'll get done, to be honest, because I've I've got quite a few videos that'll be basically my December will be full up with videos. So yeah, I got tomorrow, and then when's the first Sunday in it? So I've got 6 days of videos to find, really. 6 days of videos to find. So if anyone's got anything they can recommend or want to see me review, lemonade. Still second best. Yeah, it is. I mean, the thing is, the other teams are going well, and you're doing shit for City. Let's be honest, shit for City. So everyone's taking the mick out of City and probably thinking, oh, they're out of it. But they ain't, are they? They're clearly not. But they won't want to be getting too far behind. Lemonade. I've already done lemonade, Paul. I actually done Coke in the early days. I'd done a can of Coke. Coming at big 0% ABV. And you couldn't get it in the taste at all. You couldn't get that ABV at all. You couldn't tell. Weihenstephaner. Hells if possible, Baz. Ooh. To be honest, I don't know where I could pick that up from. It would have to be an online order. And to be honest, I don't think I'll be ordering anything for a bit. So I'd have to be coming out and saying like any supermarket stuff, if there's anything in particular. So apologies for that, Paul, but not at this moment in time. I'd like to see you try the St. Peter's Whiskey Ale. There's a big smiley face on that. That scares me. Why? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Or can you just not get it? Which advent calendar did you get, Baz? I'll tell you, but I don't want to know any beers in it because my missus has bought it and she thinks there's only possibly one beer I've had in it. And that's a big thing that she has stipulated. She doesn't want me to look at it or anything. She wants every beer to be a surprise. So when I come to review it, I'm going to know what it is then, or I'll know what it is earlier on in the day. Because like I said earlier on, I'll maybe do a quick YouTube short, opening up the calendar, pulling the can out, just so I can make sure later on or whatever that the beer is going to be at the right sort of temperature. So what I mean is that I want to put beers in the fridge and have a stout and then struggle to try and get it all warmed up and reviewed and uploaded and all that in time. So, but yeah, if I tell you, I don't want anyone telling me else what's in the case. But it's a beer 52 one. Beer 52. Black Sheep Milk Stout. I think I've done that. I think. Do you know what? I'll get a pen and paper here now. Pen and paper. What is that? Pen and paper, and I'll write down any suggestions of beers that may be in the supermarket. So if people chuck some at me, I can look at getting them. So we'll go Black Sheep Milk Stout, but I do think I've done that. See the concentration on Baz's face while he's writing. Unreal. Shut that. It's a peat whiskey ale. Great if you like chugging Domestos. I've not tried it for a long time, Domestos, but you're not selling it to me, if I'm honest. You're not selling it to me, Dave. I might give that one a miss. It's not in the supermarkets either, that, is it? Okay, no. The Fuller's one and the Siren. I have the Fuller's one and the Siren one. Which Fuller's one's that? Is that the 3.4% one? The golden ale or something they just brought out. And the Siren one, I'm not sure which one you mean of that, to be honest, because I haven't been in the supermarkets much. What I do want to get, I do want to try and get that Nitro Stout that Northern Monk and Timothy Taylor's have brought out. So that is one that I do want to get. I've been in my local Morrison's and it's not in there. So I'd have to go to Shrewsbury. Advent calendars. What about them? Advent calendars. What, chocolate advent calendars? You want to see me review them? You've lost me there, Dave. You've lost me there. Just bring me up to speed with that. You asked me which one I got. I said beer 52. So you've lost me on that at the moment. I'm sorry. I'll probably nip downstairs quickly in a second. So if you'll just stay hanging around, go and have a top up with that. Well, I won't have a top up. I'm going to get another can. So bear with me, 30 seconds. I'll go and get another beer and I'll be back. Right. Bazza is back. What are we going crack open now? There we go. Camden Zing, 5.6% lager. Very sort of Mexican style, but it also has a little West Coast feel in there, it's got to be said. Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Fuller's one. It's funny, really, because I don't know. I didn't think Fuller's had that many beers out, but they must have, I suppose. And Siren, yeah, because you always see a lot of Siren beers about, but the Fuller's I'm quite intrigued with. The Fuller's one I don't know what you know about that calendar, but are they 500ml bottles in that Fuller's one, by any chance? Stephen Butler, right, Bazman, was watching the United match. What? Before? Or Sheffield United match or West Ham United? West Ham United, that's it. No, is he the West Ham fan? You the West Ham fan, Steve? Is it you that's a West Ham fan or not? Remind me. Give him 5 minutes. It's his age. Bloody hell. Paul, all my own air, pal. All my own air, mates. Oi. He needs a commode. How rude. Oh, dear. Give Baz stick night tonight, isn't it? Do you know what? I much prefer it when Paul goes live. We can all give him a stick. But I suppose it's my turn. That's the downside to coming on live. You've got to take a bit of stick, haven't you? Think so. It's bloody heavy. Well, hopefully you got some good beers in there. But I didn't realise they had such a massive range that they would do an advent calendar. But I suppose there's probably lots of beers that I am completely unaware of. So we'll get this out. We'll have a pour with this one. I ain't cleaning the bloody glass. I ain't got time for that. Only on a live. I've reviewed it. Don't matter. Did you get to try this one, Paul? At the brewery? Yeah, very sort of lemon and lime on that. Really lemon and lime. Man United. How did they get on, pal? Don't want to be cruel, but hopefully they didn't win. Hey up, Baz, and all in the chat. Mr. B's in. How are you, Rob? Hope you're keeping well, mate. Evening, Rob Simo's mate. Hi, Rob. There's lots of highs going on here. PG Tate, David, evening. So we've called up with all the hellos. The cats come in, say hello. Come here then, old girl. Yeah, look at that. The old girl's come in, say hello. She obviously heard me rummaging around downstairs. There she goes. Get her on telly. Look at that. Cheer up, cat. Cheer up. Don't look very impressed, does she? Bless her. Old girl. Right. So that's it. I've caught up. Amazing. Been going an hour. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll do another hour, or I'll do this beer and the other one. And then I'll probably call it a night. So yeah, an hour tops, or this beer. Depends how it goes. I might be probably drag them both out, really, because if I've done one in an hour, I'll probably drag them two out in an hour. Stephen Butler 1-1 against Ipswich. Ooh, it's not a good result, is it, for United? It's a great result for Ipswich, but I'm sure United would be hoping for a bit more than that. Evening all, thought I'd better give Simo and Paul some support. City's results have gone to pot since my lad left to go to uni. I'm blaming him. He can see Sheffield United ground up. Ah, turn him, Steve. Turn him. Get him supporting the Blades. Get him supporting the Blades. I can't see Sheffield United swapping places with City at any time soon. Be your bedtime then, pal. Oh, it will be, mate. Some of us have got to get up for work, you know. It's unlike you, Judith Chalmers, traveling the world. With your Wizz Air vouchers off the bloody cornflakes packets. Poor bloke, Steve. There we go. Look at the cat taking notes of me pouring beer. Urban Vikings saying, hello, Mr. B. It's all being very sociable. The only one who's being a bit nasty tonight seems to be that Rate My Beer. Poor bloke, Steve. That's a bit rude, isn't it? Is he saying poor bloke Steve because he's a City fan, or is he saying poor bloke Steve because he's right near Sheffield United's ground? Probably that one. Had the 2024 Hoptimum last night. It was a cracking, but I just wanted a tad more bit, and it's interesting to see other sorts. I have a silly tolerance to IBUs. Yeah, I've not had the Hoptimum, to be honest. Not had that one. Somebody, what's his name? Dave reviewed it, didn't he? Dave, the Urban Viking, it certainly reviewed that. Somebody had put up, or was it Short and Stout? I don't know. See lots of things, but trying to remember them all. Yeah, Rob saying evening Urban. For some reason, it doesn't want to put that one up. Yes, it does. There it is. Evening Urban. Paul said, ouch, lol. And Simo's come back on the attack. I've basically had all social media muted since about 7 p.m. yesterday. Some bald bloke from Kent been trying to terrorise me. Get the police onto him, Simo. Get the police onto him. I'm sure he won't take long to recognise, will he? I've heard Paul's been in trouble so much, he's got his own parking space at the police station. He's even got his own cell that says Paul's cell on it, by all accounts. I don't know. It's just what I've heard. Reviewed it about 12 years ago. Sammy did the latest review. I knew it was one of you. I knew I'd seen it pop up. But yeah, I've not managed to get it. I think there was a while ago I went on the Sierra Nevada website or something. I went somewhere and I was going to pick it up, but it was out of stock. So yeah, it's one I'll have to try. So Simo said evening Steve and Simo. Rob said evening Simo and Steve. David always enjoys the Hoptimum. And he looks like he gets dressed in the dark and sells dusty dust caps. Oh dear. I reckon he goes out in the dark. That's why he wears all them yellow things. Them funny clothes he wears, all them yellow tops. Which surprises me, really. That he wears yellow. You'd have thought he'd wear a Tottenham top, wouldn't you? White or something. Didn't Arsenal used to have a yellow away top? Maybe he's a secret Arsenal fan. I don't know. I need to watch Sammy review to see what he thought. It's a cracker, Baz. Yeah, a lot of their beers people do like. What's ABV is it, Rob? Out of curiosity. Evening, Mr. B. And Simo has just hurt Paul's feelings. So there we are. We've caught up yet again. 11%. Ooh, God blimey. Do you get... Well, did you just drink it, Rob? Or did you actually review it, did you say? So I was going to ask you something about it, but if you reviewed it, I'll wait until I watch it. But I was curious, yeah. About something, which I didn't mention. But like I say, drank it, mate. Okay, then, right. If you just drank it, did you get the ABV in it? Did you get that 11%? Because I found with the Torpedo and was it the Imperial Torpedo? Blimey, you got the ABV in them. You knew you were drinking them. You knew you were drinking them. So I was curious, is it a beer that you're drinking? So did Spurs remember you used to be one of us? Paul having a dig there because many moons ago, many moons ago, I supported Tottenham. And then I found my feet with Sheffield United and I've been with them ever since. So to be fair, I supported them for so long that you can't be chucking Spurs back at me now. Can't be chucking Spurs back at me. Those were the days, though. Glenn Hoddle, Ozzy Ardiles, Ricky Villa, Steve Perryman, Steve Archibald, Clive Allen. Incidentally, my dad used to know Clive Allen's dad. Again, that was a long time ago. Simo Sups. That bald Egyptian that wears his high-vis yellow designer gear looking geezer will get his arse felt on that Picasso Pepper X challenge. You hear that, Tammy? You hear that? And drinks like an atom. Oh, right, okay. So it's not so bad then. Because I felt them, the other Sierra Nevada ones, you knew you were drinking them. What was it? 8.2 and 9.2? You fucking knew you were drinking them. Yeah, drank it, mate. He said, he'll be calling an ambulance, Sofa King. They got no faith in you, Paul. You're going to have to do something special, I think, just to get the people on your side, let alone eat it. 100% night is very smooth. Oh, definitely need to get that then. Definitely need to get that. Yeah, I found the Torpedo. I found they were very strong. I think I actually preferred the Imperial Torpedo over the Torpedo one. But they felt a bit, them two felt a bit supermarket for me. I think they've probably been out for so long that I don't know, maybe times have just moved on. And Paul is looking forward to our challenge. Well, which one are we going to do, Paul? I'll even let you have the privilege of hosting. Because everyone's going to come on your live just to watch me anyway. Which one do you want to do? I want to see you eat the tikka masala first, to be honest. Because I think that tikka masala, if you think the macaroni cheese one stopped you, I think the tikka masala will stop you even more. Tikka masala was relentless. That sauce was just major. And you say it got hotter with the macaroni cheese. That masala was... I struggled with that one, to be honest. Near the end, I did wonder. Nurse Michelle on standby with triple play kitchens. To be fair, I'm going to need some of them myself, to be honest. I'll tell you what, right? I don't want to go into toilet talk. I really don't on a live because nobody wants to hear about it. But I went twice the morning after, before work, after the mac and cheese, and I sat down in the van, and I'm not so joking, right? My ass, because I'd sat down in the seat, it like pushed my ass cheeks together. My God, it was like somebody had a blowtorch on my ass cheeks. I was driving, and I had to lift my bum off the seat because just pushing them together was just killed. But anyway, enough of toilet challenge. You need to do one of the chip again, PGT. I sent Paul a video. I can't think what his name is now. Angry Old Man or something. I sent Paul a link. An old chap done the one chip challenge, and I'm not joking. He demolished it and he absolutely blitzed it. He had a little bit of a tear, I think, after about 8 minutes after he'd eaten it. But he said, no, it was hot. But he said it was nothing thingy. He said, it's no hotter than my bloody curries. So watch him, Simo. I would imagine that's all powder and that must just be like licking a bloody Carolina Reaper powder out of a dish, I would imagine. I like the cold torpedo in the mix box. Not had that either. And I'm guessing that's a cold IPA, David. Paul, we're on a roll now. Trust me. Not going well, actually. I got to admit, I was glad Arsenal beat Forest. Because Forest, let's face it, they nicked away from relegation last year, didn't they? And then, what? I don't know how many games in, 10 games in or something in the Premier League, and they're up in third place at one point or something, and you think, come on. You can't be struggling to get to relegation and end up there. It's just wrong. So I'm glad Arsenal give them a bit of a hiding just to put them back in their place. Right. Slack and cheese, ex-Pepper. Slack and cheese. I'll tell you what, your back end's bloody slack once you've had one of them in you, I tell you. Rate My Beer's not going near the old one chip challenge. Paul told me he thought he was going to die after eating it last time. Oh, dear. Hey, Chris the Butcher. How are you, pal? Hope you're well, mate. Nice to have you on. Good of you to come in. Anyone on here, but I'm sure everyone has. If you haven't subbed to Chris the Butcher, go and give him a sub. The bloke is a madhead. Really sound chap. Met him. Cool. What would it be? Be about 2.5 years ago now, I think, wasn't it, Chris? Great chap. And Lou. She's not a great chap. She's Lou and Chris are great, but Lou isn't a chap. It's just Chris that's a chap before we start falling out with people and saying shit. Evening, Chris. Yes, cold IPA version. Hello. Chris is saying hello to everyone. Evening, Chris. Hope you're both okay. Chris, watch that Rate My Beer. He's dodgy. Mr. B saying hello. Sofa King saying hello. Urban Vikings saying hello. My God, you're all saying hello. You're all saying hello. All being very generous and nice. I know Chris the Butcher, he wasn't keen on that mac and cheese. I think he wasn't keen on it because he just thought it was rank, but I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest. So I got a few hiccups, which is nothing new. So what is everyone drinking? Simo's off it, is he? No doubt Mr. Tame will be having a beer. What's everyone else drinking? Sofa King's on his sabbatical. But other than that, yeah. So that's it. That's it, really. So I'm going to have a rest. I'm going to let you sit there and think of something. Start a conversation for me. Because I spent the first 5 minutes of this live talking to myself, I think, because no sod was here. What? On the coffee, Mon? What are you on the coffee for, Paul? Very rare for you. Very rare. To be honest, it's a chemical burn. Certainly burns, pal. Certainly burns. Takes the skin off you. And Sofa King's on Pepsi. My God. You're making me look like alcoholic here. And no, Tame, don't say it. Oh. So yeah, Paul, get the tikka masala first, mate. Honestly, try that. Try that tikka masala first. Because if you can't do the mac and cheese and you can't do the tikka masala, there's no point in taking me on. No point in taking me on. Yeah, Paul is shocked, like me, about Danny being on Pepsi, but no doubt he's probably got an early start and he's having a sabbatical because he's getting over Cork. Looking forward to getting that Riverton Beer Simo review. Take that Army of Darkness. If you haven't seen, Simo reviewed it. I also reviewed it as well. Absolutely unbelievable beer. Absolutely unreal. Simo said beer of the year, and I was in agreement with him. Absolutely fantastic. Your top table material, Picasso. You know me, pal. You know me. I'll take you out on both of them. Shut up, you tart. I'll do better versus you, pal. All right, then. But honestly, though, try that tikka masala first. Because I honestly believe if you can't do that tikka masala, there's no way you'll beat me on the mac and cheese. And you'll need a bigger spoon as well, because I'll be having a big spoon with it. Might even just pour it down my neck. And then worry about it 30 seconds later when it all kicks in. But so, hour and 15 minutes in. Another 45 minutes and I'll be leaving you all to get on with your evening. Resisted. Right, there we go. Resisted buying another Army of Darkness yesterday. Did get both versions of this year's Stoutzilla. What was the Stoutzilla? Who was that? I've heard of it, but I can't think who it was or anything. I play to win, pal. It's personal, you know that. Hey, there's nothing like a little bit of competition between me and you, pal. I like that. And genuinely, I'll tell you what, Paul, I respect you. I respect you done well on that mac and cheese. I'll give you that. You done well on that. And the fact that you still want to come back and have another go at it, fair dues, yeah. Celebrity boxing. Picasso versus Geezer. All proceeds to Perfect Draft. Yeah, but all proceeds to Perfect Draft, and then Perfect Draft give all their proceeds to the Geezer. I'd just be fighting to give money to Geezer, wouldn't I? Fight dirty. You wouldn't catch me in your wheelchair, pal. You know they're tough to get in the ring as well, didn't you? Unbarred impy and barrel age. Oh, right, okay. Funny enough, if anyone's watched my Dark False British Stout that I done from Stonehouse Brewery, the brewer from there was telling me they're brewing it again, but they're saving half of it, which would be the British Stout, and they're going to do a barrel aged version. I think they're going to put them in 375ml bottles. So that'll be interesting. Be interesting when that gets done. I suppose I don't know how long they'll age them for in a barrel, really. Don't know. Year or two, would it? 6 months? I don't know. Remember, I'm not that bright. You are, Paul. You just keep the dimmer switch right down. Your clothes are, though. Oh, dear. Poor old Paul. He does get some stick, to be fair, doesn't he? 6 months to a year. Okay, yeah. He does get some stick, old Paul, bless him. Give him that. He'll have the crack with you. So, all these other channels that are watching, what you all got coming up on your channels? You got anything planned, anything different for like December, any Christmas reviews or the 12 days of Christmas or something, or 12 beers of Christmas, you know what I mean? No doubt Danny will be drinking a lot of stouts because he likes his stouts. Danny, now. He's got beautiful clothes, Danny. They're beautiful. If you want to hide in a fruit bowl, Paul's clothes are beautiful. Has anyone tried? No, I haven't. No, I think it's just off me personally. I haven't had it. Obviously, you're asking everyone else as well. I haven't had it yet. I think it is just on the website, isn't it? Chris's beer reviews got it. 4 cans, wasn't it? I think it was. What did he say it was? Can't remember how much it was. Certainly said it was about £3-4 a can then. £3-4 a can. Full yellow for the challenges. Yeah, but it does look interesting. He actually rated it very highly as well. So I would be interested to get it, but I ain't going to pay silly money for it. Full yellow for the challenges, of course. Banana Man is out in force. Don't get none of that mac and cheese down it, Mon. It'd make a hell of a mess of your clothes. Don't bother, just pop up weekly as per usual. Not seen Jezza one yet. No, I think I do think that is just literally probably from the shops or online from his his online store, I think. So, but yeah, it'd be worth getting. Like I say, I want to get that Timothy Taylor's one as well. And I've never seen the Forged, the old Conor McGregor one. Which he's just been done for rape, isn't he, old Conor McGregor? From many moons ago, wasn't it? Maybe don't want to associate yourself with him too much now. Yeah, I'm waiting for my local off license to get it so I can hopefully buy a single can for Chris's review. Yeah, but looks of it looks decent as well. In all fairness. Yeah, they grease him out. Hawkstone beers are good, but I think they take the piss. I think the fact that Jeremy Clarkson's behind it is the only reason they get away with that. I think it's the only reason they get away. Don't know if I've had a cider or not. Have I had a cider? Don't know. But I think the lager's pretty decent. I think the IPAs were a little bit hit and miss for me. But the stout looked really good. Bought some cans of Forged online. Where'd you get them from, Simo pal? Just out of curiosity. Jezza cider, the best one. Like I say, I don't know if I've had that. Can we expect that on PD, Paul? Insider information, come on. You know the ones who put it in the old kegs. You must know if that's coming out on PD. Although you'd probably have to kill me if you told me. Actually preferred it over Guinness. Okay, yeah. I mean, I've got to admit, like, I know Danny's a massive fan of Guinness, and Guinness is, yeah, it's all right. It's drinkable and that. But it don't really taste nothing, does it? I don't think. I think it just tastes like milk. It's got nothing to it. But I suppose in that sense, how many people drink John Smith's and Worthy Smooth and all that, and they just drink it because it's a smooth drink? Guinness, I mean, if you can put it in the same bracket that they're going down that smooth route and easy drinkable thing. At least with Guinness, there isn't really anything nasty in there. You know, when you look at the likes of these smooth bitters, they're absolutely terrible. But obviously Guinness is drinkable enough with nothing really nasty in there. So Asda sell the Forge. I've not seen it. The few times I've been to Asda in Shrewsbury or anywhere else, where I live, mate, I've not seen it. I've not seen it where I am. So Beer Hunter, but I reckon Asda will be much cheaper. What did you pay for it on Beer Hunter, mate? Over the odds, no doubt. You got a cider coming. It's not that though. All right, okay. Stella cider. God's sake, don't say fucking Carlin cider. Jesus Christ. Don't you dare say Carlin cider. If it was Carlin cider, I'll tell you what, that machine would have to go out the fucking window, I think. More than I'd like to admit. I'm going to guess about £8 for 4 cans. Maybe even 10. Best out I've tried this year was London Black by Anne Spachinopoli. Funny enough, JB's done that, hasn't he? I think he thought it was very good. But I think he said that Hawkstone was much better. Much better. Need to get me a haircut, don't I? Look at that. I'm getting the right hair bear going on. I'll be fuzzing out like that soon. I have to have a chat with the missus. Get it cut. Get it cut for me, woman. What? Oh, and the three or 4 cans, and I got £20. Ouch. Fucking, I'd want 4 cans in a glass for £20, and I'd still feel ripped up if I'd done that. Fair dues to you, Simo. Fair dues to you, lad. Is that the 4.1 in it, or 4.2%, is it? So, apologies so late, evening all. Well, I was going to say I'd caught up with the comments. Alan's come in. Apologies so late, evening all. No worries, pal. Nice of you just to turn up. I'll be here till about 8 o'clock, so you got half an hour of. Probably haven't come along for me, have you? You come along for everyone else. It's a long time ago now, yeah. But Simo, curious. You go to that Market Bottle Shop, obviously in Preston, quite a lot, and you sent me them beers. Have you spoke to him, sort of like since you sent them beers out, or seen him in the last week or so? Just curious to how well them Rivington beers went. And I was intrigued to see actually that when you reviewed the Rivy one, But you said it's actually in Preston. They're from Preston, aren't they, Rivington? I thought they were Bolton way, or actually in Bolton, or along them lines, which is more or less same area. Somewhere there, isn't it? Somewhere there, but you know. Drinking along with a selection of Christmas ales, Daleside, Rockin' Rudolph, and Rosy Nosy. Not had anything from Daleside. I know that's from JB's neck of the woods, isn't it? Daleside, Yorkshire, somewhere up there. Rockin' Rudolph and Rosy Nosy. I've had them too. These Christmas beers, though, they're not very Christmassy, are they? A lot of them. All right, yeah, they whack a fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on the front, or Santa Claus with a big red nose. But they don't, a lot of them don't actually, excuse me, taste of anything. Got a frog in my throat there. Excuse me. I had a couple of ales, actually. I went to Spoons for me tea yesterday with the missus. We went out, done a bit of shopping, and then popped in Spoons. That's good, isn't it? When you can buy chilled stuff, keep it in the car, and then go to Spoons and have your tea because it's so cold outside that you know you've got no issues with it. But yeah, I had a couple of ales there, like Christmas ones. I think they were Christmas ones. One was Exmoor Christmas Ale, which was quite nice, and the other one wasn't Christmas actually. It was Sharps Sea Fury. That was quite nice. Bit sweeter. Not ones I would go massively on. They're all right though. They're nice enough beers. You can, you know, you appreciate that they're half decent beers. Yeah, that don't surprise me. Chorley FM, but nobody has any idea where that is. They say Preston. Oh dear. So when's this UK Beer Tubers meetup going to be in 2025? Is that a question to me, Sofa King, or is that a thing for Simo? Because didn't you say something before, Simo, that you're having a meetup or something in 2025, a massive meetup? Or is this something I missed? I don't know. So sorry, I can't answer that, Danny. I'll wait and see what Simo says first, unless I'm missing a trick somewhere. Probably am. Drinking a Hogsback Brewery Holiday Hog Dark Chestnut Ale. Nice drop. Yeah, nice. Is it would it be classed as an ale, or is it more of a mild thing? I know it says chestnut ale, so it probably is an ale. To all beer tubers, a massive meetup. Oh, God. Don't arrange it yet because Paul might be listening still. Wait until he's gone off. Wait until he stopped watching us, and then we'll arrange it all. Need to arrange something, defo. I'll tell you what. I don't want to meet up with you lot. You lot drink too much, especially Danny. I bet Danny whacks a load down him. I'm planning on a weekend in Glasgow at some point, Danny. Watch out, Daniel. Better watch out, Simo's about. Better watch out, Simo's about. You better watch out, because Simo's about. Said I'd meet up with Geordie, or Yordi, however you want to say it. Man up, sups, and get down south. Man up, go and see that little yellow man that lives down that end. Hey, Simo would get ripped to shreds, wouldn't he, in your neck of the woods? I bet there'll be a lot of Tottenham supporters there. Or are they all Arsenal? Not mild. Definitely an ale, fresh from brewery. Ooh, I bet that's nice. Bet that's good. Costs a fortune to go down south. Good luck, Simo, with that. Hey, if you go up to Glasgow, Danny will probably pick you up in his taxi. I swear Danny's a taxi driver, isn't you, Danny? But yeah, good lad, Danny. All the lads on here are good, actually. You'll all know that anyway. What am I getting that one for? Doing that, aren't I? Getting confused now, getting old. Let Lexi know, Simo. You'll need her to bail you out, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Mix the pair. Is there any dregs in there? Didn't leave anything in there. Lexi come and picked him up on that night we all went out. She bailed him out as well when he was trying to get that blade out of the box. Poor old Simo. It was like the Krypton factor. Anyone remember the Krypton factor? what was the name of that bloke? George someone, wasn't it? And I had to do all these puzzles. I was like watching Simo trying to get the blade out of the bloody box. Hilarious that was. Not as funny as Paul trying to eat that pepper X thing. That was really funny. That was so funny. I had to comment. I had to watch it again and comment again and take the piss out of him. So yeah, we got that one up there. No City fans. All going back to their original clubs. Southern shandy drinkers rate my beer. Ooh, it's fighting talk, Paul. Fighting talk. Rate my beer's just laughing it off like the man he is. You're a City fan, VJT. You stopped supporting Spurs when you cheered us on against your lot last season. I think, to be honest, I think Paul supports any team that's going to get him some more subs. Which means he's never going to support Sheffield United. And that's why he's 7,000 subs ahead of me. So, for one night only subs. And David, after talking about it, put a hot... he's put one in the fridge now. He's put one in the fridge. We've tempted him. Good man. Well, I'm going to disappear in a minute again. Once this has gone. I'm going to get the last of me Camden beers. I'm going to get the Kaleido Hazy IPA, which I thought was really fantastic. That was really good. Really, really good. No way back, PJT. He'll be on Al Hilal fan next week, yeah. He'll be getting Steven Gerrard to bloody sub to him, won't he? Any team but the South Londoners. And West Ham and Chelsea. And Fulham. And Watford. And Brentford. And anyone in the south of England, really. That's who he means. There we go. There you go. I've caught up. So, yeah. So, anyone, hit that like button. Give me some likes. Show me some love. I'm only saying that because I've run out of things to say. I need you guys to help me go. Keep going. Need you guys to help me keep going. Like I say, any of you channels, what you got coming up? Paul, what you got coming up? You know, you must have another 30 holiday reviews coming up. What you got coming up, Simo? Anything in the pipeline? Reviews? Danny? Anyone? Help me. Anyone there? Have you all gone? Are you there? Oh, hit the likes, people. Shut him up. Put the thumb down on it. You know what it's like, Paul. I can't afford to buy these Wizz Air tickets, so I have to beg for people to put a like on my video. It's a nightmare. PJT with a comprehensive hotel room tour next weekend. Hey, I'll tell you what, Simo, I bet your rooms won't be as cheap as this. 10K party. Not for me, it won't be. Good God, it'll be a long time before I get a 10K party. No holiday. You're on holiday again? Well, you're not on holiday. Live Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Look at that, eh? You know you like EastEnders. You want to change your channel to not rate my beer, but call it EastEnders. It all counts. And I have to go to YouTube and beg them to sub. Bless him. He's home. No holidays. You'll be sick of them walls, won't you? By the end of the week. I don't think you spent more than a week in that house, have you? Stephen understands. There we go. That's Paul's one. And then Timo comes in with a quick jab to the ribs. If you pay for half from PJT, it doesn't count though. Well, you got Stephen on your side, Paul, but I think you're losing the battle with Simo here. I think he's tugging at your line, pal. To be honest, I think they do only sub for Michelle. To be honest, I think she's got more idea than you. I really do. And we see Paul's tactical thumbnails as well. I think we've all seen them, haven't we? That's your mate, Captain Subs. Oh dear. Do you know what? Sometimes coming on this, right? I'm just doing a stream. I'm giving people the outlet to vent their opinions about others. And normally, what happens when you do this? That's what happens. You can just sit here and watch everyone else having a dig at each other. 2K subs. He bought 1.9 of them. Well, I'm not going to go down the buying subs route, but I think there's a few out there that have bought subs. Because I think most people know that it's very hard to grow your channel instantly, especially doing beer reviews and that. She's got more of most things than Paul. Oi, Stephen. But thankfully, Banana Man took that as a joke. She's got more than Paul, yeah. I think mostly beer, I think. Paul hasn't got any beers, but Michelle's got a hell of a lot. Is Michelle watching? I'm not going to get in trouble with Michelle. I'm only joking. Mess it. Paul might be the boss, but I ain't the boss. Right. Bear with me. I'm going to disappear again for 30 seconds, not like 6 minutes or something like Mr. PGT thinks I will. And I'm going to get another beer. I'm going to get that hazy IPA, and I will be back. So back in a tick. He's back. Bazza is back. We're back. So we are back with, there we go, that one. Very odd this, because I'm new to doing all this on the laptop. Where I hold my beer up, say normally with a phone, it's very weird because the camera's in the middle of the laptop, whereas it's always on the end of the phone. So, a little bit pickling. Fucking I'm worn out walking up and down them stairs. Old and unfit. Just let the cat in. Cat went out and it's cold, isn't it? And wet outside. Just come in. I bet you any minute, 10 minutes, all I'll hear is you're going back downstairs and bloody letting her out. I'm the best reviewer out of both of us, though. Well, out of you and Michelle. It certainly ain't out of me and you. Not as good as Pounds, though. Lol. A little wart. I just took delivery of Perfect Draft Black early Christmas present to myself. Vocation, life and death. With best recommendations for next keg. More of an ale than a lager at this time of year. Right. No doubt some people are going to, they're going to comment already. In my opinion, if we're looking at darker beers that you want to get on the Perfect Draft, I've not had Speckled Hen yet, but I can't see that being one of the best ones on Perfect Draft. But for me, Theakston's Old Peculiar takes some beating. If if there was a major surprise and Hertog Jan Bock beer suddenly come out, definitely recommend that. Left Brune, definitely worth picking up. Left Winter is very good. But really, once you look past that, I'm trying to think of any sort of ales or dark beers on the machine off the top of my head. But I'm sure others will recommend, but definitely Left Brune. I think Left Brune is fantastic. There's no way I'll buy a normal Left now, not with Left Brune being there at 6.5. Great beer as well. And just as drinkable, I think, the standard Left. But yeah, Theakston Old Peculiar is a belter. So definitely give that a go for sure. So I've got to move up. All my bloody messages have gone wild. I've got to do some moving. So bear with me. Rod J's in. So a big thank you, Rod. Right, we are getting there somewhere. We are getting there. There we go. So right, a little walk. So there's my opinions. No doubt the others will say, no way, Pedro Stephen, he's different level. I heard some going to get in the way. Lol. Left Winter is a good call this time of year. Yeah, great beer, Left Winter. Rod J's in. Thank you, Rod. Thanks for joining us, pal. Now, when you talk about legends of YouTube, this man is one. Proper legend. Old Speckled Hen, maybe. Yeah, again, I've not tried that yet. I've not seen Paul's review yet. He's done it with a can as well. So I was going to watch the other day, to be honest. I was like, oh, I can't be asked. Nothing personal, Paul, but I just couldn't be asked to watch anything. So yeah, but I'm going to guess that probably it depends on what you like. I mean, it's bound to be better in keg, you would like to think, than out the bottle. Especially with the old Speckled Hen actually being in clear bottles. So actually, that would be interesting, actually, to get hold of that and definitely do a comparison. So I definitely can't watch Paul's now. Simo's saying, are you to Rod? And he's saying, how are you, pal? Simo has also mentioned Old Peculiar. Absolute banging beer, that is. I want to see a mild come out on PD. Theakston's mild. Love a mild. Yep, good call. Absolutely. And Rod saying, cheers, Josh. Great, thank you. Yeah, definitely try them. I can't think of any others offhand that's on the machine. There used to be Baz. Baz. I've seen Baz on the screen there. Bass. That's what I'm trying to say. There used to be Bass on it many moons ago. You also had Diebel's Out Beer, De Kirsch Grand Cru, which I did like that. I like that. I know Rate My Beer wasn't keen on that, but that was one I liked. So we'll get that one topped up. So Kaleido Hazy IPA, 5.4%, the Camden one. So we're diving on that now again. Really nice drop, this, it's got to be said. Really punchy. It's probably going to be a slightly different because I've had lagers in it now. But cracking. So John 78's in. Are you, John? From Wrexham. John is. IBAS, I see Fullers of Ditch Bengal Lance IPA. Used to enjoy that back in the day, but I'm old school, not relevant anymore. I think I have had that, but I don't think. Have I had it? I'm certain I have, but I don't think I picked it up around here. I think when I got it from down south. I think I've done it when I went down to Scott's wedding. I think it was in a shop down there. Well, the old beers are coming back, though, to be fair, John, aren't they? The old styles are coming back. It's just maybe that is one that just, don't know. That is interesting. Did they give a reason why? I know JB was a fan of that. He always used to say it was one of their best. That Bengal Lancer, wasn't it quite strong? Quite a strong one. Thanks, my friend. You as well. I know Paul as well this weekend. I need to reach out to Raggy. Just had a chance to catch his video and him having to change thing. Yeah. Well, he was on here before earlier, Rod, actually. He did pop on quickly and just say hello and what have you. But yeah. Yeah, the week. I mean, what day is it? What time of day is it where you are, Rod? Not sure where you are. Is he in New York? Is he? I think. I don't know. Don't know where Rod is exactly. Grand Cru still there? No, not the Castilian one. The De Kirsch. The Castilian one was actually pretty decent for a French beer. I actually thought that was really decent. 2:47 p.m. So it's just the afternoon in America, and it's 7:47. So we're 5 hours ahead of you. So that's interesting. I'll tell you what, I'd love to go on a live or something actually with a couple more American guys. Be interesting. Good if we get some beers that they get as well. I think I'd be in awe really of Rod though. Good. Rod knows his stuff, and to be fair, Thingy does as well. Chad's beer reviews. The bloke judges beer, doesn't he? How can you compete with somebody who judges beer when you do this for a hobby? you can you know. It's very easy to feel a little bit sort of shit, shall we say, compared to somebody who does that. But I think Rod's done judging as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rod. But I think you've judged beers as well in the past. So there we go. Yeah, Eastern time zone. So that's all the comments done. So I'll take that off. So 15 minutes left. I'm going to go till 2 hours. Then I will be saying bonjour, but we'll get to the 2 hours. And then I'll do my usual stuff like I do on a video. Take about 15 minutes to end it. And then I'll leave you all in peace. You can get back to your weekend and enjoy it. But yeah. Are you having a beer, Rod, at the moment? Or is it because it's Sunday afternoon and work tomorrow or anything that you're well behaved? I don't know. Let us know. Quick nosy on my phone. Does that sound bad? Oh yeah. Rate My Beer sent me something on my phone. New memory. Urban Viking beer. He's gone to me thing. We've got your parcel every. Which one's that then? I mean, Mrs. Z, thank you for sending her money to fill the car up and go to bingo. Look at that. Do you know what? I've run out of so much stuff to say that I have to tell you what's on my phone now. That's pretty bloody bad. That's pretty bad. I'm not at this time in the middle of packing. Oh, right. Okay. But we'll do when done with the final touches. Oh, good man. Good man. Where are you based, Rod? Is it New York? Is it New York? I don't know. I can't remember what you said now. I was watching you with Chad the one time. One of his videos. Because he's down in Florida, isn't he? If you are in New York, you're blessed with breweries, aren't you? I got to admit, I do envy the Americans. We have some good beer over here, don't get me wrong. But America is such a big place that the breweries they have, I mean, they just have loads, don't they? And really good breweries as well. Probably crack open a 90-minute from Dogfish Head, that'll make. No, I have. Is that an IPA, is it? Baltimore now, okay. Okay. Yeah. What's it like for you, Rod? Getting beers from, because America's a big country, so it's a massive. It's like 5 hours across, isn't it, from New York to Vegas? I think the flight's about 5 hours, isn't it, something like that. So what's it like for you getting beers from breweries at the other side of America, if you like? Is there a lot of online thing, or do shops, do sort of like supermarkets or shops off licenses stock loads of beers from totally different areas or not? In the UK, it's very different. It's very much online sort of stuff you got to get, or if you have a bottle shop or an off license that's close to you, you'll get local stuff, but not so much from miles away. Evening, Shipwreck. Here he is, Chris and his reviews. The man who's on 2,000 subs and bought 1,900 of them. Apparently, according to somebody else, not me. I am just passing on the message. How are you, pal? 90 minutes Imperial IPA. Can I ask can I have a guess? Can I say 9%? 9.2%? There's a guess there. And I haven't got 5 screens up, Rod. I'm not that technical. I've just got used to using this one screen and the laptop at the moment. So let me know. See if I'm somewhere near. If I get you spot on, you can send me 12 cans. Right, in the States. There we go. Yeah, right, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're definitely blessed with breweries in the States. And your beers are another level. The sort of beers you get over there, from what I've had, I mean, you seem to have a mass of fantastic beers, whereas over here we have really good beers. But to get like fantastic beers, and for instance, the Rivington and Emperor's Imperial Stout and the double IPA, they don't come, beers that compare with yours don't come along too often in the UK, or they do, but just not so readily available. And if they do, they come at a massively hefty price, to be honest. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Be careful. He's had 2 Fosters tonight. I'm good, mate. Chasing the 2K subs. Chasing Paul and his hash reviews. Oh, dear. See. Paul, you'll never turn anyone against me, mate. Everyone loves me, apart from you. 9%. I had a feeling it was going to be somewhere near there for some reason. I had a feeling. Gash. Oh, dear. That's what you got to love about these lives. It's full of banter. Full of banter. I'll tell you what, though, it does make you question, doesn't it? What the hell is on the TVs if you guys are watching me? The TV must be absolutely shocking. Or you're all very lonely people who don't want to talk to their missus. It must be that. I don't know. And I'm joking. You're not lonely people, and you're all happy to talk to your missus. And there's lots of good TV. You just watch me because you love it. It's not because life is... Yeah, this is interesting as well. I noticed, I'll put this comment up. We can get a good amount from overseas as well. But honestly, I feel like I have too much currently. Lots and lots of big ABV beers that I've been cellaring. Fair dues, fair dues. You do get a lot of beers from overseas, don't you? I know, like Chad said, like I've been sent pictures from like supermarkets or off licenses over there, and they're just like warehouses of beer. I know my missus was over in Vegas and she went to a couple of places. She sent me all these pictures of all the beers, and I was like, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? It's like for a UK bloke, it's like a wet dream. It's like a wet dream. It's a nightmare. To be fair, Rod, I sent a couple of beers to a chap in Scotland, Don's Beer Reviews, and he's finally reviewed mine, which is fair enough. There's no sort of like time limit on when you got to review them, but he banged my videos out and he said he's got 80 odd beers or something, and he's still got more coming to his house. That is a lot of beers. Can you beat that? Are you around the 80 to 100 mark in beers that you've got? If you are, Jesus. I'm scared of mine. What, you scared of your gash? You're not. You're the boss, man. You're the boss. You're the boss. So, 5 minutes left. Who wants me to keep going? Shall I keep going? Shall I keep going, or shall I just disappear at 8 o'clock? If anyone wants me to stay around for a bit longer, just say, quite happy to. But if you're all thinking, oh, I wish he'd go, I want to get back to Strictly Come Dancing or something, watch the reruns of that, just say. John's back in. Think Asahi want Fuller's too. Oh, Fuller's to make a low to make bland, low ABV beers to make their lager taste good. It's a shame because a lot of the likes of the likes of JB, who likes Fuller's beers and Dean's beer reviews, they've always sort of like been complimentary about Asahi, the fact that they haven't really tinkered with the Fuller's beers. So it's quite interesting that they're maybe getting rid of some and maybe bringing out some real low ABV beers. So maybe that's the way they're going to start going. Let's hope not. According to Untapped, 107. You've got 107 beers at home. Jesus Christ. Paul, that bloke must put you to shame. That bloke must put you to shame. 107 beers. You are the boss, pal. You are the boss. Keep going. You'll be drunk soon. Who are you on about? Me or Chris? You look after me. What, me or Chris? 107 beers. My God. That is a lot of beer. I mean, I've had some beers in my house before, but not 107. I've had lots of kegs. I've had lots of talks when the sub was going. I think at one point I had 17 PD kegs, 23 talks. I think my fridge was full, and I think I had beers in the standard fridge, like the kitchen one, and I think there was some in the shed. But that that is a lot of beers, especially when they're strong as well. Because yeah, when you got strong beers, like I got some Fulian at the moment in me PD, but obviously I'm doing this live. I've got to be up for work in the morning. I had a couple of cans this afternoon on a chat with some friends. So I don't really want to get onto that because I know one of them, after all these, I'll probably wake up in the morning and I won't be hungover, but I won't feel great. And I'm old now and I can't do that. I'm not very good at doing that. Rod is something else. Yeah, fair dues. I mean, that is one selection of beer. You, pal, sod captain, you look after me. Would you look after me? He don't look after me, does he? He's a bugger, he is. One area of just Bourbon County Stout. Oh, wow. Wow. How long do they go back to then? Because I've had the 17, 18, 19, and 20. Stonehouse commented on something. Probably commented on one of my videos about them. They'll probably tell me off. They told me off, actually. Bazzy, you pisshead. That was ages ago, mate. That's actually when I had some friends that would come around and help me drink it. But yeah, I had shitloads at one point, but I'm not too bad now. That said, well, I'm not too bad now. I've got some Fulian in. 4 kegs in my little cold storage part. I've got 7 more kegs coming. I've got about 20 beers in the fridge. I've got an advent calendar and I've got 4 pint of brews. But the pint of brews are going to be over months and the kegs will. And the kegs will be. So, yeah. Also, a good amount of epic Big Bad Baptist brews at 22-ounce bombers. So some are bigger than usual sizes. 22-ounce, what? 16-ounce is a pint, isn't it? So 22 ounce, are we looking at 750 ml there, are we? I'm guessing. Irish craft beer guy, Alan Mead. How do, pal? Thanks for joining us. Long time no sort of hear or see off you. Always great to catch you on, by the way. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, Rod. Very nice of you to say so. Evening Irish craft beer, Alan. That's from Paul. David Wilson, nice, Rod. I've enjoyed a few Bourbon County Stouts, yeah. I remember the first one I had, 2017. It wasn't aged. Was it 17 or was it 18? Can't remember, actually. I don't know, but it wasn't aged anyway, put it that way. I think Might have been the 18 I had in 2019. Now, I'm not one for whiskey or bourbon but Jesus Christ, when I had that, it took me about 2 hours to drink it. It was nice, but it took me about 2 hours to drink it because it was a big old beast. Dave saying hi to Alan. Danielle invited you, uninvited us. Oh, invited us, but not. How rude. How rude. That wouldn't surprise me, mate. I could handle a weekend away from my missus if I had to, as much as I love her. Currently, Bourbon County back to 2019, but 2024 comes out this Friday. All right. They do lots of flavors, don't they? You get lots of different flavored ones in the States. And apparently everyone queues up, from what I've heard. They all queue up on the day it's released. Like, you know, say like a PlayStation's being released in the UK or Xbox or something, people queue up for Bourbon County, which is unreal. Unreal. Rod is saying thank you to David. And Lee, 20 ounces a UK pint, mate. So 22 ounce would be what, 660 then? No, 600? Something. I don't know. I know. It's a big bottle, though, isn't it? If 20 is a UK pint, the other is a big one. It's funny, isn't it? I've got an internet thing up on there saying it's low, but good connection here. It wouldn't surprise me, you know, if this suddenly fucking disappeared. Wouldn't surprise me. All right there. All right. I work in pints, mate, not 20 ounces. And that's a lot. Evening won't be here long. As on a 8.1% dipper finisher. Good man, Stephen. I'm going to keep his comment up. That's a man after my own heart. A lovely dipper. What dipper is it, Steve? Please feel free to comment. And yes, I am an old bloke. Let me just knock that off for a second. Rate My Beers telling Lee that I'm old, which I know. And Irish craft beer guy Alan is saying hello to Rate My Beer. But let's get back to the dipper. What dipper is it, my friend? What dipper is it? Duper. Full circle. Full circle. If I've reviewed that actually. If I remember rightly, the standard IPA is the Looper, isn't it? Everyone's saying hello. So yeah, I've caught up with the comments for a couple of minutes, which is nice. So I was going to finish at 8 o'clock, but it seems that everyone is happy for me to stop on. Nobody actually said piss off, but nobody said go or stay. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. No one said go and no one said stay. So I'll just stop here until I finish this then. We'll do that. 2 hours. Can you believe it? Baz keeping the chat flowing nicely. I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. If my missus saw me here talking for 2 hours, she'd go bloody nuts with me. Because she always moans that I don't talk. And I'm not a talker, believe it or not. I can talk, but I've got to have something that I want to talk about. Or people making a conversation or having banter that I'm bothered about. But some conversations or some things she comes out with, you just like, what are you telling me that for? What the hell are you on about? What, you know? So that's why I have no conversation sometimes with her. But I do talk to her. Don't get me wrong. I do talk to her. So yeah, there we go. That's that one. And Alan, delighted you didn't ditch your channel, Baz, when you were going to do one. Love it. Thank you, pal. Do you know what? It was more or less a year ago that I was going to ditch your channel because I come away from the trade show last year. And the plan was, it's something I'm going to go back to actually as well in a minute. The plan was, obviously, you know, I was going to ditch it all. I was going to delete the channel, the lot. But the plan was to actually open up a channel. And I've sort of got it there, but I haven't put anything up or set it up, called Brushstrokes. And I was going to do more work videos. And I was also maybe going to do reviews of products. So paints, brushes, this, that, and the other. So going down a totally different route. Me quitting YouTube, as in beer-wise, lasted a month. And then before you knew it, I was back on it again. But yeah, what I was going to go back to was me work videos. I'm curious to anyone watching now, and I don't mind if people say no or whatever, but I'm curious that I've done a few work videos on this channel. So I'd have my phone at work, and then some jobs I would do a video at the very start, me going in and explain what I was going to be doing, and then do videos as I went along to the end of the job. So I'm curious to how many people watched them. Anyone here that watched them, and how many people actually enjoyed them, and how many people out there would actually maybe like to see a few more, because I don't do them a lot of the time. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I'm just too busy. Sometimes I can't be asked. Sometimes it's just one of them. But I wouldn't mind doing a few more. So anyone out there, if you enjoyed them, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. If you would like to see some more, let me know. If you couldn't give two monkeys, let me know. So yeah, I'm going to have to move up again now. Have I gone past? Gonna have to move up there. Look at that. There we go. Baz, she could always sign up on YouTube and chat in here though. Yeah. To be honest, she is on YouTube. She don't even watch my videos. Funny enough, she watched one where I had a little bit of a dig about her in it. All the videos I've done, right? She's watched the odd one here and there, but she actually watched one where I actually had a little bit of a dig about her, and she picked up on it. Typical, isn't it? Sod's law, isn't it? The only thing they pick up on is the one that when you've got something to say about them. How do, Paul? Paul's Beer Reviews. Long time no see, pal. Hope you're keeping well. Hope the channel's going well. I'll be honest with you, I'm not watching it for a long time, but I think you had been off for a while, hadn't you? Taking a bit of a break from videos. I see the odd ones crop up, but I think you had a bit of a spate of not doing videos, if I'm correct. Let me know. But I hope you're well, pal. You're still at the brewery. Struggling to rekindle love. Yeah, I think it's like anything. Too much of one thing, and it will drag you down. I think it does drag you down. But I do love a double IPA, but I don't sit and session them all the time. But when I feel like having a burst on them, I will. So, for instance, I've done that double IPA order from Trembling Madness a while ago. I think I ordered 15 or 16 double IPAs. So I had lots of double IPAs then, but the problem was you're drinking lots of 8% beers, which is kind of great, but it does catch up on you. But, you know, a double IPA is still my favorite style of beer, I would say. I still like them. Who stopped you the most? Remember? All them 6 a.m. Yeah. 6 a.m. chats. Yeah. You. He was great. Paul, I don't know what time he gets up at silly o'clock in the morning, this bloke. I'd wake up, right? I'd just be opening my eyes. I'd get downstairs, get a coffee. And in the morning, I'm not too bad, but I'm very much, give me 20 minutes or I'm just, you know, I'd look at my phone. I'd have a message. Morning, pal. You all right, pal? You're like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's fucking 6 o'clock in the morning, Mom. Let me open my eyes first. But I do appreciate it. You know, he's a good bloke, Paul. I'm not going to knock him. He's a good bloke. Always friendly in that as well. So, David saying, are you Paul? Rate my beer saying, Paulie, come on, you Spurs, because he's a Spurs fan as well. I reckon he's only come on to bloody give Simo some stick. Simo might have gone now, but glad you didn't. Always appreciate. Oh, well, thank you very much, Rod. Do you know what? Some people, like Rod, having someone from America, a big channel like Rod, who sits and watches your videos and that, is that. I mean, I appreciate everyone watching, but when somebody totally out of the blue, sort of, not totally out of the blue, but from America that maybe doesn't need to watch your videos, watches, it's great. It's great. And that is a beer legend. That is a beer tube legend. We were on about beer tube legends before. Rod is one. But boom, yeah, like it, Lee. Watching your work stuff would be like watching paint dry. Trust me, mate, that is my job. And sometimes that is all I do, because sometimes I get to the point where I can't do nothing until that paint dries. So I either sit in the room on my phone watching paint dry, or I sit in my van watching paint dry. I'd be interested in that. Tips and tricks for painting are always great. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do. I mean, the thing is, I've got an established channel with this, and I could go down a separate painting decorating route, but I've got to build that channel then. And as much as I say I'm not in it for the money, which I'm not, I'd be foolish, maybe be foolish to try and start up a new channel and build that up to a point where I could earn a little bit off it rather than just off this one. But yeah, I mean, that's one thing I haven't done. I've never done sort of like tips or tricks for painting. So all I've done is sort of like videos of what the work entails, what I've done on the job, and bits of, say, for instance, I've got to come into this room, I've got to strip this paper, prep all the walls, blah, 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 sand everything down, and then we're going to line it and that. And then I'll say, right, I'll see you on my next video. That video will come up and I'll say, okay, the walls are prepped. Walls are all ready to go. I've sanded the woodwork, first coated the woodwork. The walls are maybe now ready for lining, or I've lined the walls, one of them. But yeah, the tips idea I should do, really. It's because people are always after tips. I mean, the biggest tip I would give on, buy half decent quality paint, buy decent brushes, look after them. And certainly look after your brush. We're going down the trigger route here. The same brush for 14 years. 5 new handles, 7 new bristles, if you like. But yeah, I would always say look after the brushes you buy. Buy some decent ones, look after them. But the big thing that people always gone about cutting in, what they'll do is they'll buy a tin of paint, and the paint will be thick, generally. Thin it down. Always thin your paint down, I would say. If you're buying a decent quality paint, if you buy a 5 litre tin, you can easily get away with whacking 500 ml of water in that. Stir it up, and basically the paint flows a lot better. You might have to put 2 coats on, but I always work on 2 coats anyway. But yeah, when you're trying to cut in, a decent brush, get steady, get lined up. And generally, if you're set up right, that paint will flow, the brush will go, and it makes life easier. So there you go. There's a little tip. So Paul saying, evening lads. Good man. Yeah, I watch any old rubbish. We know that, rate my beer. That's why you get so many views watching your own stuff. Gotcha. Anyone got their Christmas tree up? Mine went up. Oh my God, really? No, we haven't even got a Christmas tree yet. I'll tell you how bad it was, right? I think we got a fake one in the loft. Or we possibly have, but I'm certain we give it to the mother or the mother-in-law. Last year, because we were so busy at home, like people are, you're working, doing this, that, and the other, and it got to about, we couldn't find any. The only tree we got in the end was something about 2 foot tall, with lights already on from Sainsbury's for 25 quid in a basket and everything. We literally just bought it home, plugged it in, and that was it. Well, we didn't even plug it in because the lights were like battery operated. Even had like all the decks on. So we literally brought it home, pressed the button, there was Christmas. And as for going up in the loft and whacking all this stuff up, no chance, not for me. We haven't got kids anymore at home, so on that sense of things, it's my missus would cover the house in decks and all sorts. She used to have a Christmas box where all the other ornaments in the house went away. We'd have Santa Clauses everywhere, reindeers, we'd have all sorts, all over the place. Bloody snow globes, Christmas snow globes would come out. You're like, oh my God. I wouldn't mind, but it's always me that does it. Anyway, got a load of Vault City beers this weekend. Finished them off this evening. Some crackers in there too, and some not so great. Yeah, I mean, what a Vault City like now? Because I remember a few years ago, they were sort of like £8, £9, £10 beers, really good. But now it seems to be they've gone very much down the supermarket route, which is a shame. And a lot of people like them, but then, if you like to say, modern sours. So they're, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But well done, whacking them down, yeah. Yes, Paul's still at the brewery. A change of schedule definitely had an effect on the channel. Still trying to get some bits out on again. Yeah, well, to be honest, mate, your channel's well and truly established, isn't it? I don't know what subs you're on now. I think the last time I looked, you was on about 6,500 subs, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised, you know. You don't even need to whack videos out. I think you're big enough now that people will always see your channel. But I do need to catch up on a few, actually. Again, like I say, I don't watch enough, really. And I said earlier, just life just gets so bloody in the way now. An hour, 8 hours for me feels like an hour. And before I've done anything, it's gone. So I get very much behind on things. I'm quite stressed out at home as well. I get quite stressed out at home because I don't seem to have enough time for anything. Paul is saying Happy Christmas, Alan. There we go. We'll get this up. Paul can do a little bit of advertising. So Lee's asking Paul, what brewery do you work at, Paul? So they are the Creative Juices. That's it, yeah. Simo told me you're a cowboy, though. What, me? How rude. How rude. I'm not a cowboy, mate, I tell you. I put my prices up at the start of this year and nobody flinched. And I put them up quite a bit. Nobody flinched. And I'm putting them up again next year and all in January. If it's good enough for the other people, if the minimum wage is good enough to go up, I'm whacking mine up a bit as well. Cowboy. When have you ever seen me with that on? Cowboy hat on. I'll have to start doing that, won't I? Next time I go and price a job, I think I'm going to turn up with a cowboy hat on and look at their faces, see what response I get. It'd be funny, that. Probably ruin my business, but right, Paul's replying to Lee. It's called Creative Juices Brewing Company, small craft brewer based on a farm in Hertfordshire. Do you know, I'll tell you something. Actually, I messaged Paul. Oh my God, it's got to be 18 months ago now. Paul might remember this. I wanted to send him a case of beer from Stonehouse. I wanted to send him some beers. I didn't say it was going to be a case, but I think that was the plan. A case of beers from Stonehouse for him to review, and nothing ever actually happened. I'm not sure if I asked him for his address or not, or whether I did or didn't, and he did reply and I didn't thingy. But yeah, Paul, I would like to send you some beers actually from Stonehouse. Pardon me. Be interesting to see your thoughts on them, because although craft brewery, but I know you like real ales and all that lot, so it would be very interesting to hear your thoughts on them. So maybe message me or something, Paul, on Facebook or something. I watch Mbaz. Like to see more, just to see people's homes. Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I mean, I never say where people live. I will say where the house is, maybe where I am working, but I never give any addresses away or anything. But yeah, I quite enjoyed them. But what I will say is a lot of the time then I was doing stuff on day work, whereas now there's a lot more on price work. And because I probably price it tight rather than giving myself loads of extra time, doing the videos, it's more important to get the work done in the time rather than whacking out videos. But yeah, I mean, if people like them, even the tip thing, I may well do that. If people like them, I'll start doing a few more, because I do enjoy doing it, and I do like my job. You're not right. You're on about me, Mon. You're on about me. In Dublin, they add so much onto Vault City, Vocation and Northern Monk nowadays. Average beer costing €5 to €7. Well, I'll tell you what, UK supermarkets now, yeah, all right. If you get 4 for £3, you might be paying £3 for them, but there's an awful lot that you're paying. They're near a £3.50, £4, £4.50, even some up to a £5 now. The latest Vault City one, 11%, granted, 330ml in Tesco's is £5.50. But you can get that on a 4 for £3, so you can get some of your money back on it. But so still quite dear. But yeah, I suppose it'd be the same for people in the UK or in England. Getting Irish beers, they're probably dearer over here maybe than what you get over there. So things like maybe Whiplash or something, or White Hag, you probably get cheaper than what we would get over here. Paul's beer review sound, yeah. Message me or St. Pal, send me over an email or message, and we'll sort something out. Because, like I said, it was about 18 months ago. I don't know if you remember, but could even be longer. So Alan saying happy Christmas, Paul. Defo throw some work vids in, Baz. Okay, yeah. I need to start doing a few more. Alan Mead, cheers, man. See you, pal. Are you off, Steve? Good to see you on here. I love to do some DIY. I can't paint ceilings. Right, there we are. Is that a video then? Is that you suggesting a video you want to see painting a ceiling? To be honest, I do so much decorating at home. You'd think I'd do some videos at home, wouldn't you? Because I'm not getting paid. There's no time limit at home, so it doesn't matter how long I take. But yeah, I mean, I can give tips here. If I'm going into someone's house and I'm painting a ceiling, right? Let's just say it's standard contract emulsion or something on the ceiling, or vinyl mat. Well, it doesn't really matter what paint it is. If it's vinyl silk, it doesn't really make a lot of difference to the job. But it depends on what's going back on the ceiling. But let's just say a standard ceiling, right? If I go into someone's house to paint a room, I'll go in there, right? The first thing I'll do is sand everywhere. So I have a big wall sander, drywall sander with a hoover. First thing I'll do, sheet up, as you do. I have a hoover on a sander, and I'll go around all the walls, sanding them first, and the ceiling. But we're on about ceiling now, aren't we? So I'll sand the ceiling. Then I'll look for any cracks, any imperfections in the ceiling. Any cracks I will rake out with a scraper. Try and get, if you're raking cracks out, always try and get them nice and deep, because the thicker the layer of filler in that crack, the stronger it's going to be. If you literally just got a hairline crack and you try and fill it, that'll probably come back by the time you finish painting the ceiling. So rake all them cracks out, fill them up. A little tip would be, if you've got a big crack in the ceiling, maybe whack a little bit of primer, water-based primer in there on the bare plaster that you've raked, what's left once you've raked it out. That'll take the absorption away. So when you do fill it, the filler will stick better. So yeah, sand it down to start, rake any cracks out. Any bare plaster bits where you've raked cracks out, maybe put a little bit of primer on them first. Fill up, let the filler go off properly. Let it go off properly. If it's not dry properly, you will struggle to sand it down. Any little imperfections, again, skim over with a bit of filler, sand that down. Once that's all ready to go, it's simple. A brush, go around the edges. If you're going to paint the walls anyway, don't worry about how much you get on the walls. Just go around the edges with a brush, go around the light fitting or your spotlights with a brush. And then roll it. Make sure the paint is reasonably loose. If it's quite a warm, dry room, maybe thin the paint down a little bit more. A 9-inch roller, 12-inch roller, 15-inch roller, if you've got the gear. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Make sure that paint gets worked into that roller before you start. And then literally roll it on, feather it out, make sure it's all spread out nicely. And then that's about it. Just go across. Next row, next row, next row. Let it dry out. You'll look at it and it will look patchy because you'll have lines where your roller's been. By the time it dries, it should dry pretty decent. If it needs another coat, it needs another coat. People, they do recommend that if you are doing a ceiling, it's not something I've ever done. But if it needs 2 coats, maybe go in one direction first for the first coat and then go the other way on the second. Just because if it is a bit patchy, you're mixing the way the lines are, and should hide it a little bit more. But there you go. There you go. Maybe I'll do a video for you, Alan, on ceilings. And that's everyone gone. I can't believe there's still 15 watching. I've been talking about painting and people are still fucking watching. Alan said, "Are you, Stephen?" Defo Vedja, please, thank you. Ceilings are the easiest, I think. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, yeah. Yeah, standard ceiling. I mean, like I say, sand the ceiling, rake the cracks out, possibly put a bit of primer in the crack. It's not a desperate thing, but it does aid a little bit. I mean, even if it's just like an acrylic primer undercoat, just rub that on, let that go off first, obviously, let that go off first, and then fill up. When you fill up anything on a ceiling, always overfill it. Don't be ridiculous leaving massive like inch lumps of filler, but overfill it just in case there's any shrinkage, and it should cover that. And then give it a damn good sand down. Bob's your uncle. 2-inch brush around the edges if you want to. If you've got a bigger brush, use that. Fly around the edges, go around the light switch, boom, get the roll out. And that's it. It's quite simple. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but as long as you work that paint in, don't work it too much. Don't put masses on there and leave it thick. Just make sure you spread it out nice and even. As long as you spread it out nice and even, you're not going to have any issues. Paul said, cheers to Steve. I'm always end up with areas that look like there's no paint on. Maybe I'm over rolling, maybe removing the paint. Well, what you can get, Alan, it depends. Now, if you put vinyl silk on or mid sheen, that can happen because it sort of dries off a little bit. By the time you've gone around the edges, that can dry off. So again, maybe thin the paint down, maybe spread it out, but mid sheen and that, it can be a little bugger for that. Mid sheen or vinyl silk, even I get that. By the time you've gone round and you start rolling it and you get further on, that paint has started to go off, and it sort of takes it off as you put in the other stuff. Hey, here he goes. He goes, yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, I've never had this. Hit the likes for the old fool people. There we go. Hit the likes. Old man Bazza is here, making a tit of himself. 8:30, bloody hell, still going. I do that much talking. I don't drink much. Yeah, honestly, Alan, it comes with practice as well. Obviously, if you're not painting the walls, you've obviously got to cut the ceiling in. Unless that ceiling is really bad or you've got lots of filler around the side, you can get away with not being too particular with the cutting in. You could probably leave it a mil or two from the edge if you don't want to go on the wall. If the ceiling is quite white anyway, you'll get away with that because you're never going to see that odd mil around the edges. But yeah. To be honest, it really isn't anything major. There goes the cat now wanting to go out. It's just a case of make sure you thin the paint down a bit for cutting in. It makes the paint a lot more workable. Load your roller up. I'll tell you what some people do actually is if you've got the roller sleeve, damp it first, maybe get a little spray bottle, damp it down, and that will help the paint soak into the roller quicker. Doesn't make a lot of difference really, because all it means is if you've got a dry roller, fill your tray up and just keep rolling that brush through it for a couple of minutes just to make sure it gets in all the fibers, and then start. And then, if it doesn't look like it's going far, the paint hasn't worked in enough, just get another roller full, crack on. And then after a couple of runs, that roller will be full of paint. And, just don't be shy. Don't be too shy on how much you put on the roller, but just make sure you work it in, spread it out. There you go. Right, a big thumbs up from Alan. Right, I'm going to disappear because the cat's meowing to go out. So I will be back in a minute. I also need a Jimmy Riddle. So don't go anywhere. 16 here. Keep watching. And I'll be back. Cat, you're a pain in the arse. Come on. Okay, I'm back. Baz is back again. Here we are. I'm just going to quickly pop on my phone. Not because I'm being ignorant to you, but because I never do this, rarely do it on a laptop, and I've got my phone handy. I'm just wondering if I can do something on my YouTube studio. But what I'll do is I'll go through a couple of comments again. So Alan again. The cat face, I'm not sure what that one is. I'll get that on my phone, but give him time, it's his age. Yes, I'm old. You wouldn't have me any other way, Paul. You'd love me being old because it makes you look younger. Well, it doesn't make you look so old. I don't know about younger. It doesn't make you look so old. What the hell have I done here? Oh my God, I've clicked something here now. That's it. Get that off. It's his age, and Alan's having a good laugh at that. No more tips for you, Alan. Takes a while to get up and down the stairs. I'll tell you what it does. Got a lift in the house, but it don't work. I know we haven't got like one of them lifts. It's not quite like that. And I've just had a message. Full cheeky bastard. That's Paul. He's messaged me. I haven't even gone there to look at that. Why am I on it? What are you doing to me, Paul? Trying to monetize me video. I keep losing loads of subs as well. Bastards. Oh dear. I can't do anything with it yet. Is it still on? No, I can't do anything while I'm still going live, I suppose. No. Oh well. I don't know all this stuff. Alan, he's in a bad way. Yeah. I'm old now, pal. I'm old. I see United up to their old tricks today. What, Man United? Hey, didn't listen to him, Alan. Didn't listen to him. He's always picking on me. Well, I got a video here from him now as well. Oh, fucking goats and that shit. God, people we're talking to this afternoon. Yeah, dropping points. Not a problem to me, though. The only United I'm interested in is the one that isn't even in that league. Oh, excuse me, got the hiccups. Snakes, mate. Snakes everywhere. Paul loves his snakes, doesn't he? He should keep them at home. He goes on about snakes all the time. He loves a snake, old Paul. So 15 people watching. Can't believe it. It's been quite steady. Anything decent in the darts recently? What, playing? What, me playing or on TV? To be honest, I've watched a little bit of the darts, but I haven't watched an awful lot recently. Steve Harrison, who's winning the darts tonight, just realised it's on Council TV. Steve, I don't know, mate. I haven't gone on to watch it. I did say at the start of the stream I might come off. I was supposed to be coming off at 8 o'clock, and I was maybe going to watch some, but I'm still here now. But I'm going to finish that one. I will be disappearing, so it's probably going to be about 9 o'clock now. Then I'll maybe watch it. I'm married to one. What, a Man United fan? A snake. Snake. Okay. All right then. Why don't she like you, Paul, either? Doesn't she like you either? Bless him. So, yeah, I've been going quite a long time, haven't I? Don't get used to this, people, actually. I think this is just like the last couple of days, doing a couple of videos. I think it's just been a little bit of a rare thing, really. Me dropping in and dropping on and doing this stuff. And I'll tell you why I'll go, because if I stay on here, I'll probably end up drinking till about 10:30 and be pissed. I won't want to get up for work in the morning, which would be a bit of a nightmare. I'm going to take that comment off. Not out of any particular reason, just so you can see more of me. There we go. Look, there's the attire. Albert Shipwreck Tours, established during the war. I know Paul he'll appreciate that because he likes a bit of Only Fools and Horses and Uncle Albert. Of course, she loves me. She loves you, Paul. She loves you. She must be mad, but she loves you. Yeah. Hey, look at it this way, Paul. 10,000 subs can't be wrong, couldn't they, pal? So you must be a good one. You must be a good one. Good to have you on alive, although you terrorise me. You always terrorise me. I'll tell you what, you're actually getting your own back for a change, isn't it, mate? You're actually getting your own back because I don't do many lives, like I said. Yeah, this weekend, I think just Friday, because the missus wasn't going to be here later. Well, she wasn't going to be in until later, and I've been off, and I sat here, and I thought, you know what, it's been nice. I've just sat here, and I'm chilled. And tonight, again, it's just one of them. So I don't know when the next time is that I will do a live. I don't know. There's no plans. I'm going to be back at work. I'm going to be busy again. Maybe there'll be a thing that I'll do regular if the missus starts going out to bingo and that, and I'll just have a couple of pints because I'd normally have a couple of pints at home anyway. So maybe I'll just start doing a little bit more lives. But these ones off the cuff, I will do on my own. I know Paul, Simo, nearly everyone invites me, not nearly everyone, but Paul and Simo, when they do lives, I always get invited on. But I'm quite happy to watch, to be honest. I'm quite happy to watch. I like when I'm doing these random lives out of the blue, I like just doing them on my own. If I'm going to do a live with someone, I like to be set up for it. I like to be on the ball. And to be honest, I like doing lives generally just with two people because you always get a little bit of lag or overlapping of conversations. It just gets a bit manic. So there's nothing personal when I don't do lives with others. I know Paul invited me on with Simo and that. And I said, well, I'll come on for an hour. And then, he said Simo was coming on at 8 o'clock or something or whatever on this one that he invited me on. I said, I'll stay until about 8 o'clock. I'll come 7 till 8 or something and then disappear just because it all gets a bit manic. And I like the peaceful side, but it's also nice to come off alive and then watch somebody else. So, talking too much. Nobody's told me to shut the hell up. That's good. Alan has said, love the live tonight. Thank you, mate. That is really appreciated. And I'm chuffed that everyone's come in and watched. It was very quiet for the first 5 minutes, but it has Luke Littler into the final, semi-final 11-9. But it has got busier. It's been up and down here and there. Luke Littler is on fire at the moment. Who did he beat in the semis, mate? He's on fire at the moment. I gained good painting advice too, which I really needed. To be honest, Alan, I don't know how you can comment or message on anything, but if you comment and I see it, I can reply. If you know who I am on Facebook and you're on Facebook, feel free to message me. I'm quite happy to message out and try and help people. It's not quite the same as showing someone being there, but I don't think that's going to happen because you're in Ireland. So, but yeah, always happy to help. He blows us out. I don't do that to you. To be honest, mate, I have a busy life and I do it when I'm free, when I can be asked and what have you. There are plenty of lives that I didn't do with you because they were on Friday nights with darts and that. I've given up the darts this year, so I've got a bit more time. But there are a couple that I want to do. I want to do another one with JB at some point. I'll come on live with you. We'll maybe do that food challenge if you show me that you're worthy enough of doing a hot food challenge with me, but you've got to do that first. Liam wants to do one with me from Deep in Brews Reviews. I did say to him, do it on your channel. No, do it on yours. You've got more viewers. But I always think, actually, if he done that, my thinking on that is, you go, oh, well, you got more viewers. I'll get more subs, maybe. He's probably thinking from it. But maybe people will look at his channel, as long as he tags me in it and that, people who know me and know him will maybe watch anyway. So hopefully he'll get a bit more from it, really. So is it any better on my channel than it is somebody else's? I've got 15 watching. Much appreciated, but I'm not going to get massive amounts. It's not like I'm getting 4,000 viewers, is it? So, yeah, that makes sense. More than two. Yeah, it gets a little bit hectic, mate. And when it gets a bit hectic, you can sit there a lot of the time. You've got 2-3 people talking, and there's no time for you to talk in there. I mean, it's always ideal, one, One's ideal because it's just you, isn't it? And as long as you don't get no technical glitches, which I normally do, it all runs smoothly. Get 2 on there. Generally, that always runs smoothly. Once you get past 2, it all starts getting a bit peaked on for me. Hang on. Let me just go back to that one. Thanks, Baz. Appreciate it. Yes, don't worry, Alan. Don't worry. I'm no one special. I'm just a normal bloke at home. So feel free to message me if you can or whatever, or comment on the video if you need to, if you want any advice or something. Red Devil, Simon's in. How do, pal? Hope you well, mate. As I said the other day, I've still got your bottles. Don't worry. We'll have to meet up or something sometime so you can have them back. I'll give them a good, well, you can sterilize them. I'll give them a bit of a rinse, but you can sterilize them when you get them, which is probably what you do anyway before you use them again. Any more brews coming up, Simon? Let us know, pal. Thank you, pal. Much appreciated. Appreciate it. Good old David Wilson. Good to get some feedback off others. I'm with you, Baz. I like streams. If it's 1 or 2 on the screen, any more than that, I struggle. Yeah, it all gets a little bit fucking mad, doesn't it? It's great on your own. It's great with 2. And not only that, you know, I mean, when I used to use this all the time, Paul, it was a nightmare. You know, it's all right being a 7-inch screen, but by the time you got everything else and your 4 little pictures and you can't see the comments, or I don't know how to set it up for comments on my phone, it becomes a bit of a nightmare. But at the moment, me being Flash, I've got a laptop now, I've got it all set up on that. It does make it a bit easier, but 2 people is plenty. You can have a proper chat, can't you? And to be honest, if you do a live, just, I mean, say, for instance, there's 4 of us. Say, for instance, Paul's beer reviews, me, Rate My Beer, and Simo. Do 1 live with each of them. You've got 4 videos there, you know, and you've all got something different to talk about. A different day, things are going to be, you're going to have different conversations. So I think that's better anyway as well. Where are we? Yes, I've gone right. I've gone right down. I'm trying to find where I am, and I've caught up with all the chat. So yeah, I'm going to have 20 seconds. 20 seconds where I just have a slurp. But yeah, we got 16 in. Must be the time of night, isn't it? Any other, well, people watching and any other reviewers? Do you think there's a prime time to be doing a live? I mean, personally, I don't think about it. You know, if I get 5 viewers or 50 viewers, it's never 50, obviously. If I get 5 or 15, for example, on this, like now, if I get 5 or 15, it don't really bother me. But you know, what would you say the prime time is for people to watch a live? I mean, I would probably think 7:30 onwards. That's what I feel it is. Certainly, when I've done lives, it seems to get busier a little bit later on. So maybe if I do lives, I need to do them later on. But I'm a bit of an early bird. So thank you, Paul. Much appreciated, pal. Obviously, your ITV player is down, or your BBC iPlayer is down. You can't watch any False Losses, so you've had to watch me. Here we go. Rate My Beer. 7 to 8:30, I would say. Yeah. I think it's funny because it all goes to. I can get why that would be the sort of prime time. Say people getting home from work, having a bath or a shower, spending time with their family, and having that little bit of time later on, maybe when the kids have gone to bed. For me, I'm a much earlier sort of person. So, you know, I'm very often I can be in bed by 9 o'clock. I might be watching TV in bed, but I'm happy to chill out then. But sometimes just because I get bored at home, really, because nothing's going on. But yeah, I can see that. So maybe I need to do that. I don't know. Or maybe just goes on going. It's not like I'm desperate to have 4 million views or anything. It'd be nice, but I ain't desperate for it. What are you drinking, Baz? Knocking back some Siren Soundwave at the moment. I've not had that for a long time, Paul. I think last time I had that, I think I've only had it once, maybe twice. And I think one of them was when I reviewed it. But I am drinking currently, Paul. I had a couple of Stonehouse beers earlier on this afternoon. a pale ale, 4.2% pale ale. But the beers I've been drinking on this live are the Camden Arch 55 series. So there we go. So I started out with their Italian Pilsner, 5.1%. Went to their Zing Lager, 5.6%. And then I'm currently drinking the final one. And that's their Kaleido Hazy IPA, 5.4%. Nice beers. It's been a tidy box, actually. They messaged me and sent me beers out. So I think I said on the last live, I was saying I've hit the big time. I've got breweries contacting me to send me beers out. So hit the big time. That's what I'm drinking anyway, or what I have been drinking. Probably wiser rather than sitting here and doing a 2.5 hour live, 3 hour live, drinking some Fulian. Probably 2 of them, I'd be a right state. I'd have to come on. It depends on your channels, but your analytics will show you best time for when you subscribe. Oh, right, okay. To be honest, I never look too deep into that either. That's how lax I am, if you like. It's great to get views, it's great to get subscribers, but I'm very much, I'll just go and I'll do a live now, and if I have 5 people watching, bugger it, and if not. But yeah, I mean, what Paul was saying, like 7 to 8:30, I think that tends to be I think it depends on the other people, not just what you do, but I think around people's lives as well. Yeah, if they don't get bored. Well, I must be doing something right, Paul, because 2 hours 47. I'm doing something right, if nothing. But yeah. There's so many different people in the world, isn't there, as well? So, like Chris was doing that power hour. Didn't he do it for a week, or he's doing it on a Friday, the power hour between 4 and 5? There's going to be some people at home that want to watch on that, but are you going to get a massive amount of viewers in an hour as well? Maybe not, but if that doesn't bother you. But I think that's a nice little time, because I watched a couple of them. I got in from work. I was sitting down having a beer, switching off. So it's quite nice to sit and watch somebody do that. Don't do enough lives to notice when they get viewers or not. What's the secret, Paul? Yeah. Rate My Beer's the man, isn't he? To be honest, Paul just goes live every second of the day. So I don't suppose he really knows, does he? I wake up in the morning, put my phone on, and Paul's live at 6:15 in the morning, showing everyone his breakfast. Oh dear, bless him. No rush. Yeah, got some stout and Nectron Pale Ale. Oh, tidy. I've got some pinter brews coming, so maybe I'll try and bottle a couple of them and give them to you to have a try, I think. See how they come out. But yeah, I know you don't want to give me beers, pal, but if you do, I'm quite happy to review them and that. Quite happy to review them. Stream vertical via YouTube is the best way to gain viewers and subs, although you can get some right twats in mostly all good though. Yeah, well, to be the last live I done, Paul, I done the YouTube. I don't know if I done live through YouTube on the last time, and then I had a couple of I had the issue where the picture went, which I did wonder if that was just YouTube. And then tonight I've come on StreamYard. And there was one point earlier on, I think you were there when because you said I hadn't put 50p in, that the picture went, but it's actually the internet connection that went down. So maybe I'll try again on YouTube and direct through there and see what happens. When brewers are sending you beers, you've made it. I know, pal. I know. To be honest, Stonehouse, I'll be honest with you. I promote Stonehouse a lot, but their beers are good. Now, I don't think you've had any, Paul, but I know Rate My Beers I've sent Paul quite a few, and JB's had a few. I've sent quite a few out. They're a good brewery, and I always pay to post them out of my own pocket, so I don't ask for anything. But he's noticed how many beers I send out from and what have you. So whenever they have a new one, He sees the publicity he gets from it, and he always chucks half a dozen bottles in for me. But I end up buying a case and a half, and then he chucks 6 in as well. But more often than not, I'll send 3, 4 off. So it's nice that he does that, but he definitely, I'm not being bought, that's for sure. I just like to support the brewery, but it's nice. It's nice when it happens. Nice when you get it. Right. Glad to see the back of this weekend. Oh, what's gone on, Joel, mate? What's happened, pal? You've had a bad one. You've had a bad one by the sounds of it. Tell us all. That's interesting, Paul. Got all these daft lights up in the man cave for production. Yeah, to be honest, right? I used to do that. And the only reason really I've come off that, I'll do me videos on it. I'll do me actual reviews on it. But when I go live, it's a nightmare on the phone. It's just too small. And my eyesight's terrible. I need to have a checkup. I'll tell you what, as soon as I go for my eyesight test, and I don't know when that'll be, but hopefully soon, I'll be wearing glasses. I know it. I'll be on glasses. Because I sit there with my phone like that, trying to look at the bloody thing. And I moan at the missus. I say, fucking look at the writing on there. I said, it's too small. I'll be trying to read a can. I said, look how small they do it. She'll be like, it's not the cans, it's your eyes. Your eyes are buggered. So that's why I do it. I go on here. No lights in here, literally just that one. I don't even use a ring light more often than not. I've got the ring light on that, which I'll do my reviews on. It's a USB thing, and I haven't set up anything like that for it. Should do, really, shouldn't I? Should make an effort, but I'm useless. Anyway, let's move on. We got 20% of our subs from USA when I check stats, which is interesting. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's great, isn't it? That you can spread out that far. That's why I like doing beers from different countries and what have you. I like the variety of doing beers. I know Paul is massive on Weissens. He does a variety, but if in my opinion, Paul's a big Weizen drinker, and he does it. Elevate, is it? No, that's the wrong word, is it? That's the wrong word. But he does. He concentrates. Although he does lots of beers, he has a massive amount of Weizen beers. I like to mix it up, personally. I like to mix it up, and not only that, I think it's interesting for the viewers as well as me and anyone else. Paul's probably live now as we speak. Probably, yeah. Knowing Paul, he probably is. And he'll be messaging me. He'll be live, and he'll be messaging me, and he'll be bloody messaging on it. But he's a good lad. Is he? Is he live? He's trying to take my viewers, isn't he? Hasn't made any difference yet, to be honest. What's your thought on Old Master Hen? I don't think I've had it yet, to be honest. So that might be. Do you want me to review it? Because I've got a review going up tomorrow, but other than that, I think I've got 5 days free where I've got nothing going up for review. I've got nothing in the fridge to review. I've got an advent calendar, obviously, which I'll be starting December. And I've got some Fulian in the perfect draft, which will not be finished. So there'll be nothing else coming up until that goes on PD. So if you want me to do the Old Master Hen, I'll write that down, because you'll probably say, yeah. But yeah, I don't think I've had it. So if you want me to do it, I'll write that down. Maybe that'll be one I can go and pick up and do. Nothing, just this weather. Not been able to do bugger all. Yeah, some fucking weather shit. Where are you, Joel? I'm on the North Wales border. We had snow start of the week. Quite bad. Quite bad. Not massively bad, but quite bad. Fucking hell. And then we've had loads of rain. So it's been pretty fucking grim and miserable. Mrs. come home from work on Saturday. And then what we were going to do, because she was out on Friday, and then she was going to bingo Sunday, and then she was working Saturday half day. Oh, we'll go out, we'll do something. It was fucking bouncing down. I said, I don't want to go out. I said, I ain't traipsing everywhere. Oh, we can go to Telford. I said, I ain't traipsing everywhere. I said, we'll go out for something to eat, but I ain't traipsing everywhere. It's bloody too grim and cold. Right. Nothing doing bugger all. Yes, Steve Cooper sacked at Leicester after 12 games. They're not doing that bad, are they? They're not in the bottom 3 or anything, are they? Simo. Evening, Paul. Hello, Paul. Pep next ups. Oh, rate my beers. Has he come offline? Is he, or is he still live? Is he? I'll tell you what. I wouldn't be surprised if Guardiola doesn't see them 2 years out. I wouldn't be surprised if they sack him before that. Before then, that new contract runs out. 2 years, and he's got. He'll do 12 months of that, and say bollocks to it. Blue Moon, you saw me standing alone. Let him 4 or 5 goals in. Poor old Simo. Everyone's getting a bit of stick tonight. I think Paul's beer reviews is the only one who's not getting any stick. And Joel's a bit miffed because he's had bad weather, but other than that, Simo's getting stick, I'm getting stick, and PGT's getting stick. PG. I always say PG. PJ, innit? I'm going to start calling Paul PG Tips because that's the first thing that wants to come out of my mouth. No, he's not, though. Good. No seriousness, Simo. What's going on at City? Yeah. I'm not live. He's joking. Wouldn't bloody be surprised knowing you, Paul. Stephen, tomorrow, nothing personal, you know. Win or lose, always a blue. Won 4 titles in a row. Can't moan at a little blip. Every team's going to have it. Man United's having a massive one. Donkey Stone. Oh, fucking. You missed Donkey Stone Brewing. Are you. No offense, Joel. I had one of their beers out of Lidl or Aldi. It was horrendous. Please tell me you're joking. Or you've had better ones. Injuries and aging squad. Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Joel Morris, South Wales. Okay. North Wales, mate. I'm from. In between Shrewsbury and Wrexham. 14 mile from Shrewsbury, 14 mile from Wrexham, 20 mile from Shrewsbury. Excuses, Zimmer. Hey, it comes to all the good teams. Look at Sheffield United. We had to go down. Paul Supps is singing the blues. I told him all week. All week he laughed. All right. Good now. I'm back. He's cooking a chicken and winter veg for the next few days. Keeping an eye on it. Skinniest chicken I've ever seen. It's not skag egg chicken, is it? I get told off for saying that. Is that a bit naughty? Hopefully nobody will take offence to that. I've seen Spurs managers sacked after getting smashed at home, mate. Pep's got credit in the bank. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, I don't think he'll be sacked. The fact that he's just signed a new 2-year contract. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if this season turns out to be 4th place or something, top 4, which would be a shit season for City, and then next season is the same, I think they would look at maybe trying to get someone in, trying to freshen it up. Swansea City had a massive takeover, I see. Have they? Shame they couldn't do the bloody job against Leeds today. Leeds are back top now. We were top, Sheffield United, but Leeds gone top now with that win. 16th Leicester. Yeah, I mean, give them time, innit? I mean, fucking hell. Oh, has he gone live at 9 o'clock, is he? Is he live now then? I missed on it. Can't keep drinking good beers out. City gone. We'll take only 30 years for next. Haaland to United for 9 million. Good God. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get Haaland for 9 million. Really? Seriously, Joel? I mean, I've only had 1 or 2 Donkey Stone beers and they were in the supermarkets. They were fucking awful. They were horrendous. But But if you've had a few, I don't know. He's on. Is he on live now? Is he? He's on now, is he? Nobody's leaving you though, Paul. They're all staying with me. I'll be going in a minute anyway. I will be going in a minute. I'm down to that now. So I've had a good run. So I will let Paul take over. But I'll quickly fly through these comments and then I'll leave you all in peace. And then you can go and watch Paul. And then you can go and watch Paul. And then you can go on there and say, you're not as good as Baz. He was much more fun. He was. And poor old Simo's getting the stick now, being a City fan. Just stuff me. Oh, don't. Stuff in your face with a curry. Homemade one, Simo. Or one from the Indian. They sacked me off, mate. Make up your mind. Are you going? Are you going or staying here? I'm going to go now anyway in a minute. So, look, that's all I got left. So, there we go. That's the final comment at the moment from Alan. He's put cheers, Baz. So, big thank you to everyone that has watched. I'm going to end it there. If Paul is going live, I'm going to let Paul go live anyway. But like I said, it's nearly gone, so I will leave it. I've gone on for another hour over what I said. So, yeah, a big thank you to everyone that has joined in. Hopefully, it's been a bit of fun for you. I don't know when the next one will be. Let me just quickly. Yeah, she made a lamb mass. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. Simo's just gone like. Paul's just taking the piss now. Paul, you horrible fucker. I'd mill a curry now, not like my skinny chicken. Rate my beer, going to bed soon, I'm old. That's stop nicking my script. Great crack, mate. Thank you. Cheers, my friend. Great live. Thank you, Rod. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated, especially while you're moving as well. Maybe it was a nice break for you in between doing all the moving stuff. Simo's not going to have too many beers. Simo's singing the blues. And hang on, press the wrong button. And Paul has said, cheers, Baz. So, yeah, let's wrap it up now. A massive thank you to everyone that's watched. Much appreciated. Thank you for all the interaction. I'm going to end it there. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. I'm going to go downstairs, watch a bit of darts. I may even pour myself a beer. Probably, definitely, actually. See you, Simo. See you, pal. And I will see you all again soon on another live at one point, but definitely another beer review. Thanks for watching. Cheers. I'm still here.